So close to safety.
Yeah.
Right. Seen it right away.
Bro, I love you. You about to turn. I'll take you out.
Yeah.
It was a quick answer for you. I was like, you don't have a moment of remorse?
I feel like we're cutting that part out of the podcast.
No, we're leaving it. We're leaving it. We're leaving it. Whew. Thank you for coming back and listening to this erroneous podcast.
Erroneous. That's the word of the night.
Erroneous is the word of the night because the meaning of erroneous is makes so much mistake.
I was curious if you could define it.
Yeah, makes so much. A person who makes so much error, and it makes sense why. But
Is that all we make?
But my name is AJ.
Wakka.
Jay.
Ace.
Welcome.
Oh, we started together.
Right.
They started together. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I'll
That's
play it.
awesome.
I'll play it.
Yeah. My name is my name. I say erroneous, and we make a lot of mistakes because this podcast, and I'm loving it. I love that Casey proved us all wrong with everything that not
Repeatedly.
everything. Yeah, not everything, but a ton of them. He proved literally all of us wrong with what happened in this episode from the previous episode that we talked about. So I love it. And I was telling Wakka and Jay over here that I'm so happy. I told Casey that thank you that you're not predictable. That's what I told him. Thank you for not being predictable because it makes the content more enjoyable.
Right.
Yeah.
So whenever we have an idea now, we just go with the opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of the opposite, I loved it when he posted on his the channel and he said plot armor.
Yeah, I know. I have that in my notes because he heard when we talked about John, which we know what happened to John. But he said, plot armor, lol. Do you not know who my wife is? He said.
I thought that was funny.
The way he killed Lizzie. That was awesome.
Still a heartbreaking moment.
It was definitely top 3 heartbreaking moment for sure. All right, what do we feel? Well, first of all, if you're listening or watching to this podcast and you haven't listened to the episode 3 of Scout's Honor, please go and please go and listen to that because this episode is going to be full of spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, then go listen to that first. We'll still be here. Then come and join us after that. So yeah, what do you guys think about this episode?
Zach's my boy, man. Without him in that team, I think they would have been gone.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have been for sure gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach came in the clutch in this episode for sure, man.
Right. And same thing with the previous episode too, but definitely in this episode
He just proves how smart he is and made me feel dumb. I'm like, he used a couple words in situations like, bro, you're a kid.
He just took leadership the entire way.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed.
Yeah. It's not proven yet that he's the only kid, right?
What do you mean?
That Zach's the only kid?
What do you mean only kid? Most of them are kids.
No, in his family.
Oh, only child.
Only child.
It hasn't been talked about
Yeah,
yet.
it hasn't been talked about, so we don't know really.
Yeah, it didn't mention anything at all.
That's,
One would assume though, because whenever he talks about his parents, he doesn't talk about any other siblings
Yeah,
that are
right,
staying
right.
with them.
I think when he was introduced, when his character was introduced, he talked about being an only child.
from the first episode. Gotcha.
I think so.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm super excited to talk about this. This is an hour podcast, and I love it. Casey definitely spoiled us in this episode. I say that because Lockdown and I think Gold Rush are an hour each, right? Or
I think
at least
it was
closer.
just Lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown was at least.
Yeah, Lockdown.
Yeah.
And then Descendants, like 40 minutes, 49 minutes, something like that, but not really an hour. This one is like 59 minutes in some seconds, so it's literally almost like an hour. So as we start this episode 3, we have a short recap of the previous episode, seeing the Scorpions using the spyglass, right?
Yes.
And we heard the Blaine line of the
Cavalry.
I almost said cavalry. Cavalry. Happy Easter. Cavalry is here. And
You're kidding me. Let me see.
The Scorpions? That's our troop. Are they okay?
It's hard to tell.
Look, they still have our flag.
That's a good sign.
Good sign? Looks a little roughed up to me.
We have to stop them before they get to Two Harbors.
Are you kidding me? They could be infected.
Maybe not. They're still holding their Guidon flag. That's our troop. We can't let them walk into that death trap.
They weren't there when the camp was attacked, so it's possible they could be all right. And what if they're like us, thinking the town might be safe?
so they saw them. Zach, Blaine, and Franklin are convincing everybody. This is when they're saying, like, they're fine, they're normal. and they're not turned. So we should call them. We should save them. But Carmen, this is why sometimes we got to listen to women. Carmen said, on the other
Careful
hand,
there now.
like literally, this episode though, it gives us that we should listen to women.
Okay.
The way you
this
worded
entire-
it, though. The way you worded it
just
was
the
not
way-
I said
good.
Yeah.
sometimes. I said sometimes.
No, it's
okay?
more often is what you should say.
Oh,
more
more
often we should
often.
listen to women.
I am married though, so I could play out something there. But Carmen, on the other hand, is making them doubt and putting them in reality that what if they're infected, right? What if they're
Yeah.
infected?
What if?
Well, in the last episode, I thought they were okay
Yeah.
because they sounded normal compared
Right.
to the infected sounds.
Yeah.
Right. It sounded like we heard that shout. That
Right.
was kind of just a regular kid yelling.
Like saying, "Hey," which kind of like now that we know that they're infected, it kind of makes sense now why. Wait, they're being loud, and that place is probably not probably. That place is full of infected. How come they're not getting attacked right away? So it makes sense why that's the case. But I love this is one of the errors that we made from the previous episode
yeah.
because at least for us, I think Ace is saying that what if they're infected? I'm not sure, but at least for us, we're saying that maybe they're not.
Right.
Maybe they're not
Yeah.
infected.
And surely
Yeah.
they were infected.
That was at least for me. I was hopeful that they're not infected. I was hoping
Right.
that they're, please be fine. please
True.
come join them.
I was thinking that they were going to be okay, only
Please,
because of my
Casey,
assumption.
give us
But
one moment of happiness.
Yeah, I know. Or something like they're fine and then they get attacked. But I
Yeah.
guess that's more heartbreaking than knowing
Yeah.
that they're infected.
So close to safety.
yeah.
Right,
Snatching it right away.
Yeah, and they're dead. Yeah, exactly. So Franklin saw one of the infected chasing after them. So the way I pictured this, and I could be wrong, they could see the scorpions are walking away from them, so they can see the back. Is that how did I picture that right?
No, I think they were walking towards the town, so they were
Uh-huh.
looking outside of the town,
Yeah.
and so they saw the infected coming up behind them.
right.
Gotcha. Well, because the reason why I said that, because if they're facing away from them and then he shot it, they all looked at him.
They could still do that
Like,
if they were
in
facing
me-
towards the town.
in-
They just didn't know where they were at.
Yeah.
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 Say in my mind, they're like, so because they're in that spot that's kind of separated-ish from the town, like they're kind of in that pocket to the right, let's say, of the town. In my mind, they're walking like almost from right to left, so not directly towards or directly away. They're walking
So, like,
from
passing
out of
them.
town, almost parallel to where they're standing right now.
Yeah.
The shot also wasn't what gave him away. It was when he went outside and started yelling for them.
Yeah.
You missed!
Do you know how hard it is to make that kind of shot with this rifle?
Well, you at least got their attention.
Guys, look. They stopped. And so did that thing behind them.
I think they see us. Hey guys, over here!
This is bad. Very bad. Why are they all moving in unison like that?
That's weird.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, because they stopped and they looked at their direction, but not necessarily looked at them until Blaine, and I have that in my notes, until Blaine said something or yelled.
Yeah, he
to
went
get
out
their
and yelled,
attention.
which would indicate that they were a lot closer than
Yeah.
a couple hundred meters.
Yeah. Right.
They were close enough where he could holler
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I think it might be for the audio purpose, but he didn't really yell that loud.
he didn't.
Yeah, it might be because of like I said, for audio
And
purpose, but I assume that they
I
were-
wouldn't say that's for audio purpose, because there's a lot of times that Casey's used them yelling
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just using compression on their voice to show like the power behind the voice, but not blowing our eardrums.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and
So
like I was gonna
it shows
say,
more
and I was gonna
that
say
they're really not far.
they're professional. You know what I mean? Like all their
Yeah.
equipment's are gonna be high tech,
Yeah.
so they for sure know how to compression and gate works.
Fair.
Things
Here's
like
a
that.
question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you have taken the shot?
Dude, that's a really good question. I think I would like to think that I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to think that I would.
I feel like I would, only because I know my
Yeah.
ability with a shot.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have missed.
Yeah.
Especially if they were that close.
Right.
But if I was not a good shot,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be too much of a risk.
Yeah.
I'm
You
the
know?
latter. I'm a terrible shot.
Yeah. But I think. How about you, Ace? What would you have taken the shot?
Would have been in the same boat as Blaine. Is that I would have taken the shot. I probably wouldn't have hit, but it would have been one of those things like, whether I hit or not, I'm gonna help alert my friends.
Yeah.
And also, this comes with like a 2-part factor. Is that a gunshot's gonna be so loud? They talk about how they're in an open area,
Right.
so it's gonna be fairly hard to pinpoint where a shot comes from if they're in that separated spot per se. So that it might, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, it's gonna alert my friends, might not give my position away. Best case scenario, I save my friends from them and actually hit the target.
Yeah.
You know, if they're like 100 feet or whatever they are.
They say people need 2 shots to find out where the direction of it's from.
Yeah.
One shot, you can tell that one was a shot was made, but you need the second shot to pinpoint where it's at normally.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think I would have taken the shot, right, to warn them, not necessarily to hit the infected, because I know I probably won't hit it, but to warn them, hey, there's someone behind you attacking you. But I'll wait. I'll wait for the reaction if they're gonna react. But I won't do what Blaine did and yell for them. You know what I mean?
I agree. I probably wouldn't have yelled.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that, because I'm still 50-50 sure if they're, probably not a 50-50. It's more like a 70-30, because these people, I know that place is surrounded with infected, and they're just walking nonchalantly, not getting attacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
something's
if
questionable here.
If they reacted, if they froze, then human nature would be in that case, if they were not infected, to scatter, hide, duck, hit the ground, but if they just froze, then, and looked around, then they were probably infected because they, so I would have,
it's
definitely
less
waited.
life-threatening and more where.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the race. If it's the black people, they like start running away. If it's white people, it's like, what is that noise? I'm gonna pull up my phone and start recording.
I feel like we're cutting that part out of the podcast.
No, we're leaving it. We're leaving it. We're leaving it. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
I will say though, like, just the fact of not the calling out right after the shot is what shows their age more. Like, yes, they're more in the wild prepared for theoretical situations, but when they're in it, it shows where their decision-making skills are lacking and their experience is lacking.
Yeah.
Because for them, they're like, oh, the worst case scenario is that my friends are in danger.
Yeah.
Not what if the shot doesn't go the way I want it to, they're not my friends anymore, and I alert them. Like, it skipped one of those steps.
Yeah.
And so they didn't go from A to Z, they went from A to B.
Right. And especially what Blaine did, because he even said captain's call. Captain's call.
Yeah.
Like, he's super overconfident. You know what I mean? That line reminds me of Captain America in the not Civil War. Captain America. What's the second one?
Oh, second one.
Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier. When he's ordering people to don't shoot, and then the workers is like, they didn't shoot, and it's like, go shoot, and he said captain's order. One of the workers said captain's order. That reminded me of that scene. But yeah, he was overconfident for sure.
This to me cements more that he just makes me think of Michael.
Yes.
Because when crap came down to it, he's like, I'm making this call. We're doing it. Yeah. I'm taking control of the situation. This whole episode just screamed him as being like the young Michael.
But I was going to say, because Michael had the had the experience and the knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have that in my notes, which we're gonna talk about in a little bit. How he like showed the Michael part of it. Maybe not like the super, like what you said, super experienced as Michael, but yeah, he has the leadership.
And it made me think of Michael like almost in the moment of when he was in the military still, when he let the bomb through.
Yes.
It made me think of him more in that time when he was a little less experienced, a little more comfortable and cocky.
Right.
And not just in business mode.
Yeah, the reason why he stopped talking to Victor. When he explained that in was it
Gold Rush?
Gold Rush, Gold Rush.
Gold Rush.
Yep.
It was so nice to get that pointed out.
I know. It was just bother me when I mean, we talked about it before, but
yeah. At least it's not something that they're gonna leave hanging. You know, at least they talked about it.
Right.
They'll wrap up everything at some point.
Right. So the Blaine, I'm assuming that he was waving his hand too and yelling. You know, guys, we're over here. You know,
that's the way I pictured it. Yeah.
That's how
trying to flag him down.
Right.
I mean, because if we're comparing to Blaine with Ace, I think Ace would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Just a waving was like,
if I'm trying to call him down, like, I'm gonna be like, hey,
if they're for sure not infected, you know, like he'd be like, hey,
I'm gonna be like, yo, like right here, get down, come, let's go,
yeah,
safety.
And then come to find out, the former Scorpions are all infected. It's like, why are they running in unison? Yeah, they are infected.
Like, why did they stop and turn in unison? That broke me, man.
Even the assuming infected that's chasing after them, stopped too and looked. You know, he didn't keep going and attacking them.
I'm very curious about the one that was following them.
Yeah, I'm curious why it was not just following them but chasing them. Because they were saying that it was gaining, like it was like 50, 30, 20, it was gaining quickly on them.
It was like trying to make up that speed.
Okay, so we can jump ahead a little bit here, but I think that's all planned.
Yeah.
I think it's all
I would believe
planned.
that.
Yeah, it's
I'd fully
all planned.
believe that.
You think it was one of the Scorpions?
Yeah, it's one of the Scorpions and it's all planned. I think because when they crossed the mini river, mini bank, they got flanked. It's all planned. The whole thing was planned.
I love this because this is the first time in quite a while we've gotten to experience people in their element after turning.
Yeah.
Because we haven't gotten to see this really since
Randy? Yeah, Randy.
Yeah.
Besides
I
Ink.
think that was the last time because a lot of the ones that we saw that turned were not in their element or they were not using their skills.
Yeah.
Because most of them are like let's just say mechanic. Well, most of them were already being directed by Ink.
Yeah.
So we never got to see them naturally turn and act the way that they want to turn.
That makes sense.
And we didn't have we also
Randy.
We also didn't have like enough information, like a backstory of other infected, you know, to know that that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah, and like with Randy, we had the backstory, but he fulfilled the exact same role as pre-infected to post-infected of he worked under somebody, got that intel, was the engineer, he was the problem solver.
Yeah.
Like that's what he was. Super smart problem solver, but he was a problem solver for somebody.
Right.
So he just went from serving whoever his higher up was in the military to serving Ink, who was the higher up in their militia military infected.
Right.
And so it was super interesting to now see like, oh, the hierarchy of the scouts stayed the hierarchy of the scouts. They all listened to Chase, and Chase's ego and his actual like leadership experience, whether a cocky brat or like a jerk or whatever, 100% stuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, my pride and honor is there, even though I hide it under being a jerk and like kind of dictatory. It is still there, and I will not let this flag drop. Like, it was wild seeing that.
Yeah, this episode got me confused. It got me to, well, we might say later, to Zach's point, it's like, so you don't have to be smart to stay, in some kind of role or in some kind of intelligence. He was trying to pinpoint how Zach was trying to figure it out. I was like,
yeah.
But because I'm thinking back to what Bert said, it's like, it depends on how smart you are. They will.
Did you almost try to do Bert impression in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Sorry.
I kind of hear that raspiness.
I had something in my throat. No, I just thought the smarter you are, then the
smarter you are in life, the smarter you are in death.
Right now, so far, we have two characters that acted the way they were before they got infected. Chase and the little girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At first, I thought the little girl was still a girl before it got infected.
In that like half transition state almost.
Yeah,
No,
but she turned. And fun fact, that little girl is Elisa Elliott's daughter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I love that. I missed that comment.
Yeah. Casey posted that on YouTube. Yeah, Elisa Elliott's Peg's real life daughter. Yeah,
but
I love that so much.
Right? I know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
but I was tripping though.
Your child has a terrifying laugh.
Nice.
So terrifying for sure.
But I was tripping. I was like, Chase is nowhere near smart. How is he able to?
That's what I was curious.
Well, maybe
too.
not that we know of.
He's at least somewhat smart, but he was just a jerk.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, and that's the thing is, it like when you look at a lot of like the trope characters that fill his role, that get that form of leadership through some kind of power hike from an older sibling, most of the time they are kind of smart. You just don't get to see it, especially because when you look at his brother's probably trying to like strong arm him in a sense and be like, "You're my brother. You're gonna do what I do. You're gonna do. You're gonna keep up with me. You're not gonna make me look bad." His brother won all the awards to become scout leader.
Yeah.
So
like Adventure Master. Yeah.
Adventure Master. So like his brother Chase was probably learning from him from his obsession to become that scoutmaster and everything. So he probably has a lot of these same skills, just a couple years behind him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we only saw him as a jerk, but he's probably pretty genius when it comes to leadership and stuff like that. He's probably has a good natural talent for it.
And I think my other side of it, I think it's not just intelligence, but passion too. Like Chase is just so passionate about his position and his hatred towards towards Blaine and Franklin, but mainly Blaine. But I think that's what played out more in his infected form, because he's so passionate about being the leader of the Scorpions and his hatred towards Blaine.
It kind of became that like hatred and that desire to beat Blaine, to prove he was better. Almost like that. You could almost argue that he was still trying to do that. Yeah. He was still just trying to beat Blaine once and for all.
I wonder if we can have like in that case, do you think if we see him again, whether he's dead or returned, if we see Joe again, I wonder if he's going to be a different kind of infected. I wonder if we're going to see the first time a different kind of infected. More
that would be really cool.
You know what I mean?
I don't expect it at all.
Joe is a very nice character. I wonder if it's going to be a
nice infected?
A nice infected.
How was Datu?
Datu never turned.
Datu never turned.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because he didn't want to.
Well, we saw other people from the OG who were good people who turned.
I was going to say, you think about Tommy, really.
Yeah, but Tommy, so Tommy, I thought about this, right? Because I re-listened to that part because I have a lot of reference from the OG.
I guess Tommy was kind of...
Yeah, he was just more like a freaking out, and he grabbed something. He wasn't really attacking because he's about to turn. Like he's turning, and that's when Bert said, "Oh, he's turning," and then they shot him.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like trying to be free, like trying to or either someone is grabbing him, holding him, and he's trying to let go. But
so you think there's
really...
a good infected?
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
It would be interesting to see because something like that could lead into Descendants.
You know what?
It could lead back into that. I don't see it coming, but I could see a world with that.
Fredo was kind of a good infected.
Fredo's just
actually true.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have much interest in living in like the non-infected. He just wanted to brutalize the infected.
Yeah, he attacked the other infected.
Right. Yeah, he gone amok, but he's not like they said that sometimes most of the times doesn't even attack people. He just attack other infected. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe Joe might turn to a good kind of infected. We might see that for the first time.
So do you think that instead of intelligence, it's that the last?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I think it's the passion and intelligence.
Yeah, heart.
Yeah, the heart.
It's kind of the combination between the brain and like what a lot of people will refer to in the situation of like their soul, like the blueprint of their soul.
Yeah.
Where like their innermost desires, innermost beliefs, innermost like who they are, being that blueprint, just reforming with a different outline.
Yes.
And so the stronger that blueprint might be, like the stronger the impact when you turn.
Yeah.
Which would also explain why like Ink was so strong, because he had such an intense
evil
blueprint.
Yeah.
With like his hate of death, his fear of death.
Wasn't he a serial killer?
I know he was crazy.
Oh no. He's going there for like a fraud, like a financial fraud, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
I don't think he killed anybody. Because
But
Kelly looked at his documents. I think he's going there for a different case, not killing people.
Wasn't it the crazy house that he went to?
no, there's a
He went to
Insane.
jail first, like the
Yeah,
the lockdown. He came from lockdown.
He went to Twin Tower.
Yeah, he went to Twin Tower, and then he's about to get to his trial until the thing happened. Yeah.
part of me think that he cooks because of everything that he put together, making.
No, he's just smart.
Well,
I think he's just book smart, and he read all of that information about rituals and things like that.
Well, so he did the research on the rituals and stuff because he had cancer.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And so he was dying and he was so afraid of death. That's why when he was locked up, he got the tattoo of everything that was basically saying every
Did we just
ritualistic.
jump to Breaking Bad?
It's true.
Whatever. Just get your clothes on. We need to run.
Come on, Blaine.
Hurry up, Ruby.
I'm trying, but you know.
This is no time to worry about boys.
Franklin, what are you doing?
I.
Look, modesty won't matter when we're dead.
Okay.
Grab all your gear.
Okay, so come to find out, they were all infected. Because of this, Blaine shut off and couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
And he figured out when they found out, oh, they're infected. Crap, we're in trouble. I love that they're like, how about our clothes? Well, just grab your clothes, and then they.
embarrassment.
Ruby's clothes go.
Yeah.
They both had that.
Yeah,
though.
they did.
Her,
They did.
Ruby and
Franklin.
Franklin, thank you.
Yeah.
They
They had-
both had that embarrassment.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think
It was so cute.
I think Ruby's more like trying to get dressed, and then Franklin is trying to look away because she's dressing. You know?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think.
What's
all
interesting
their clothes
is-
is outside.
Yeah.
What's interesting is up to this point, they were just in their underwear this entire time.
No, they have
didn't
shirts. They have the big shirts. Remember?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, they have the
Yeah,
big shirts.
they had
Okay,
the big
you're
baggy
right.
shirts.
I forgot that.
So I had a bit for this one because it made me thought of a video I saw on social media. It's like some guys put out a story. What would you do if you were in the middle of taking a dump and then you heard someone breaking into your house and they're coming close to your proximity? Would you finish your duty? Or would you act,
Yeah.
get out of it, and
Yo.
try to face him?
Yeah.
Act.
Yo, my booty about to be a new weapon.
Yeah. Well, I'll be fully naked. I'll be fully naked with doo-doo on my pants, on my butt, and fighting them.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Bust that door open.
Yo, I have it in my hand, ready to fire. Just like, get down.
Yeah, I just thought about it. I was like, what would I have done? I mean, would I finish it or use it as a weapon like you guys are
No,
saying?
I won't finish it. I'll like, dude, I'm naked.
I'm pinching off.
Yeah. Imagine fighting off someone
What are you
fully
gonna
naked.
sit there and then
Yeah.
they go like, well, I guess you're not getting up, and then
Yeah.
you're just stuck there. Like, hey,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
Like,
getting
hey,
caught
give
in
me a
this.
Yo, I
second.
need a minute. I'm almost done, man.
Let
Just
me
don't
wipe
commit yet.
real quick.
I
Let
need
me
a
wipe.
minute.
Yeah.
Can you come back in 5 minutes? Break back in. All right, give me another minute here.
Yeah.
Then I'll
give me
be
a
ready.
redo.
Give me a redo.
Yeah, that whole modesty and shame thing between those two kind of just remind me of that. I was
Yeah,
like, what would I have
yeah.
done? Because Zach told him, was like, Frank, modesty doesn't matter if you're about to die.
Yeah, if you're dead.
Modesty doesn't matter if you're dead.
Get dressed and move on.
All right, and this is when Zach stepped up because
Yeah.
Blaine shut off. He stepped up and created the plan for them. Now you can tell that Blaine is out of it because even Franklin told him, "Let's go." He told Blaine,
Yeah.
"Let's go. We gotta go." Because I think Blaine is just stuck. Like,
Well, he made a major mistake.
Exactly.
So
Major mistake.
his decision-making skills got froze.
Yeah, he doubted himself, so it made me wonder.
It hurt me so bad hearing Franklin's voice after this because he's like, because Blaine's saying like it's not gonna happen again, stuff like that, and he's like, what? And he's just like, it's almost like Franklin's broken because the guy that he's been idolizing for the last day, and he's like, this dude's a hero. This dude, is like, he's like
Right.
the man. Is so broken he can't even be like, yeah, we should probably leave. Like he can't even make that much of a decision.
Yeah,
Was rough for him too.
It was rough for him because it was special mention towards like the end of this episode. You know,
Yeah,
his
that-
last note.
Oh,
yeah, he said.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy to me.
Right.
I was so happy like to see it said, because it made everything that had happened more serious and impactful.
Right.
Like
right.
it's not that up to the end it wasn't serious and impactful. It's that the moment that Franklin said it, it's like, oh my gosh, like it's settling in now.
Yeah.
You know, you move to a new house and you're like, yeah, I'm in a new place, cool. But then like a weekend, you're like, this is my place.
Right.
It's like that kind of like, oh man, like, this is real.
So they decided to swim. I looked this up, by the way. I looked up all of these places are real. All of the ones that they explained and they talked about, they're real locations in Catalina Island.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
So the swimming area when they decided to swim.
Isthmus or something?
Well, the isthmus is the isthmus is basically a small part of the island that connects to larger water area. So it's just isthmus is basically that one tunnel, like one area, one channel, of land. So the part where they swam is just very skinny part. So they swam. That's why when I was listening to it, it's like that was a quick swim. It makes sense why it's a quick swim, because it was really a quick swim.
I couldn't believe we made it. I made it. But as we looked past the infected scorpions struggling in the water, weighted down by their gear, there was one left, just standing there, alone at the edge of the dock, clutching the scorpion flag as it waved in the wind. He was just waiting there like the stinger of a scorpion, ready to strike.
So this part, right? Franklin was taking notes as the narrator at the same time, taking notes, saying, "I can't believe we made it, and that I made it." Now, here's my question, and this is one of my dumb questions. Do you guys think he is writing this down as it happens? Not like in We're Alive, where they're waiting when they get an opportunity to write. Because I feel like knowing Franklin and what we know about him in the beginning of this episode, that he is writing it down as it happens. Like, I have it, then write it up.
Such a journalist.
Yeah. I mean,
I doubt it.
Because they're all wet, so that's probably not the case. But I feel like he will be like, oh, it's happening right now, let me write it down. Like, in the first episode in the ferry, it's like, it happened, write it down.
See, at that point, though,
I think he does it at
ability.
literally the first moment he can. So the moment he's like I think he wrote it before he was even dry.
Oh, yeah.
Like after swimming, like he's up, they're moving, they're like, okay, we're like kind of good, and then doing it kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Because obviously something happens right after that.
See, I thought about...
So he's not writing it in the moment.
I thought about... He's not, you said?
Not in the exact moment.
Because something happens immediately after they get it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say, he's not writing it right then. I think he's writing it later on.
Yeah. But not...
I'd say like 30, 40 minutes later.
Not the same way as the OG Were Alive, where they wait for like
they
the
come
end of
back
the day.
and do like 3
because they do it like the end of the day and write it down.
I would say probably while he's walking.
Yeah.
While they're walking
something
to
like
the next location.
Because we saw that in the very first episode when Ruby yelled at him. Are you gonna write the whole time? Are you gonna live your life? Yeah. So I think that's what he's doing. But it's just interesting that we know that eventually we're going to find this out. Zach is very critical, but also Franklin is very critical. But their critical critical way of thinking is different. Franklin, Zach is more technicality, but Franklin is more application. Like, what is going on, and I don't understand this, so I need to understand all of these things. But Zach is more intellectual, critical thinking, and we see that. We notice that, like right now, as they he's trying to like
Franklin's being like, how does this apply to this situation?
Yeah,
right.
And how does it apply? Why does it apply? Like, it's that as to where Zach is like, I need to know the groundwork to the ceiling. Like, I need to know what. Not as much of how. He wants to know the how and what.
His analytics are amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Because he's the one who noticed that. Isn't it crazy how they're moving or organized or in unison? He's the one that brought it up first.
Yeah.
He's the one who brings up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the part of his writing, Franklin's writing, he mentioned a kid holding a flag. Now, by the shore, he said Chase, but at first I didn't hear Chase. I thought I heard a different name, which I don't know why, because it was Franklin saying it, and he only met limited amount of kids, and he said it. Or maybe I'm just in denial that it's not Chase. So I thought it was someone else. But it was confirmed by Blaine that it was Chase. And that's our second error from the previous episode, that Chase turned, you know? And it didn't last long the way it turned, because it just ended by the end of this episode. But he turned nonetheless.
Right.
Wait, how many scouts were in our troop?
I don't know. Why?
That's not all of them in the water.
It's a trap. They're flanking us. Get up. We need to run.
Now, while they were talking about Chase, Blaine made the realization of how many they have in their group and realized that's not all of them. And Zach said they're getting flanked. Now, this part, we know that Blaine shut off because of his mistake, but he's still aware, like, okay, there's still something wrong with this, even though he's like, well, I made a huge mistake and I feel like I can't go back from here. But he's still there.
Mental state or not, his training is still there. He's still aware of what's happening. He's just not in a critical thinking.
Right.
And I just want to say, like, the moment that we realized that Chase was turned, what was your guys' first thought with this? Because I had 3 major thoughts, and I'm just really curious on how you expected this moment to go.
I thought he was going to go rabid and crazy like everything else. That's when I've been saying to myself, listening to the episodes, like, how is this guy still in control of his sanity in the sense of controlling or leading? But as we discussed earlier, that's all that's been going in my head. And 2, I thought when they were describing Chase to the girls, I was like, it sucks to be remembered that you're the bad guy even before you were dead.
Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know. Not gonna lie, I was just about to go text message. So I
No,
didn't hear the
that's
question.
fine. That's fine. I'm just really curious if anything specifically came to mind or stood out, because we had talked about so much of Chase coming back being alive or not, like before the ending, even before we had that acknowledgement.
I think Chase. I believe this, right? I believe that Chase is aware, in a sense that he knows who Blaine is, he knows who Zach and Franklin, and he knows his brother. Like, he's aware of all that, and this is the reason why he's still holding on to that flag. And the flag has nothing. I feel like the flag has nothing to do about the group. Like, he's gonna lead that group no matter what, no matter he has the flag or not. But he has the flag to show to those 3 kids that he is still the leader of that group.
Dang.
I don't know. That's a big stretch. I mean, Zach. Zach talks about that a little bit, about the potentiality of like their duty, transferring over into them. I mean, it kind of goes with the smarts transferring over.
Right.
If that was something he was doing when he became infected, it might just be something he picks back up because it's something that is known to him on the base level. I don't think they recognize when they're fully turned. I don't think they recognize anyone or are aware of anyone per se. They just see human or infected.
Right. What do you think, Ace?
So my 3 thoughts. So I had 3 ideas immediately after realizing like they were turned and they acknowledged 100% this is Chase. My mind went to 3 places of where this is gonna go.
Yeah.
For me, it didn't 100% confirm, but I was like, okay, because he's alive, because he's not alive anymore, Pierce is alive. My mind went to 3 places from this. One of 3 things is going to happen. Pierce is going to get reintroduced in a couple episodes, and Chase is going to still be around, kind of like Randy, sticking around for several episodes. So obviously I was wrong about where all 3 of these go, because that was one of my thoughts. And it was going to be that Pierce would not be able to do anything, and he was going to die. It was going to be that Blaine had to like kind of conquer his demons and bounce back by taking down Chase, or it was going to be Pierce was going to be the one to take him down. The one I expected the least is the one that actually happened.
Yeah.
And so like we'll go into that later, but like that was definitely the one that I thought was the least likely, because I was like, Pierce is going to break later and it's going to be his downfall, or Pierce is never going to see Chase and Blaine's going to be the one to take him down.
Right.
It was going to be like a big conquering himself moment.
Yeah, I didn't really think about Blaine or I didn't really think about Pierce that much because I know he's still gonna be alive. Like whether he shows up in this episode or not, I know he's still gonna be alive. I just didn't think that he will show up that quick. But that's my from the get go of what how bad he is as a character. I knew they're gonna keep this guy. There's gotta be a bad guy.
I kid you not though. When since we're talking about Pierce, when I heard Pierce's voice. When I first heard this, I said, "He's still alive."
Yeah,
I really wanted him gone.
I was a little disappointed too.
I know.
I'm like, dang it, I don't want him to be there.
Knew one of the two was gonna survive. I didn't know if both would be alive, but I knew one of the two was gonna make it into the group.
Yeah. My hope
Chase
was. I think if we're talking about hope, I think my hope was both of them to be alive. Because
that is what I was hoping for.
Yeah, because it gives more like meat to the story. Which I'm wrong because now there's more meat into the story.
There's a lot more meat.
Yeah, the level they're at right now. But yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah. So while they were talking about Chase, they started running, and we heard the first time. This is the first time we heard Blaine saying he didn't know what to do. Now he vocally said, "I don't know." This reminds me of OG We're Alive when Michael gave up and blamed himself for the death of Tommy in the OG chapter 14 part 1 of 3. And I had to re-listen to this part because they were trying to do a funeral for Tommy, and then Michael said, "No, we can't do this." And then Bert said, "Go away," and he's done. He's like, "I don't want to lead anymore because I do something good and I get blamed. I do something bad and then I get blamed." So he's like done.
By the way, next time have him do Bert. You weren't that good.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's like Datu doing Bert.
Nice.
True.
Yeah. So yeah, that reminded me of that part and just the leadership. Now, talking about leadership, right? In the whole We're Alive universe, men and their leadership is just bad leadership.
True. CJ dominated.
Yeah, CJ dominated. All men leadership. Michael flop. Bert flop. Marcus, was it Marcus? Yeah, Marcus flopped, right? And even the gatekeeper, well, he tried to be a leader.
Marcus.
You know, that flopped too. And then Durai flopped too.
They said that gatekeeper was doing great until
yeah.
I forgot the jailers. I forgot what they're
the Maulers.
The Maulers, yeah. But it's just male leadership in this in We're Alive universe is just awful.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, even in Descendants, the main leader of the gosh, it's been a while. Sorry. What's her name?
Mara.
What?
Mara? Dean's mom?
Are you talking about?
Oh, Boar. You're talking about Boar.
Yes.
Yeah, Boar.
Yeah, I could not think.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Boar. She leads an entire city.
Right?
You know,
that's true.
Yeah, female leadership is just rocking in Real Life universe.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there is one male leader that is secretly killing it, and that would be Oliver.
Fair enough.
It's true. He has his own mini group, you know, with him.
From the shadows, man.
Yeah, from the shadows.
Do you remember Oliver?
I do not.
Lockdown.
Lockdown. He used to be Jeremy, but his real name is Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vera's dad.
Yeah.
Vera's dad.
With
the leader of the family.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The official, right now, the leader of the family.
I only went through Lockdown once.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Even the Colonel in Fort Irwin flopped.
Massively.
Yeah.
We knew that was coming from the beginning.
Even speaking of family, even what's the group that Scratch killed?
Durai.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't hear Durai. I was thinking about something else for some reason.
Yeah, it was Durai.
You okay? Yeah, it's just thorn. Watch out, there's cactus all over. Yeah, I almost ran right into one.
Keep going. Almost there.
What was that?
Look,
It's a hiker, an infected hiker.
She's coming right towards us. Back down the hill. What about the scorpions?
there's no way to go.
Shit.
She's getting started on the cactus.
She's covered in them.
I can barely move, but she's still coming.
Send her towards the others.
What?
She won't stop in time. And move.
Blaine, get out of the way! Oh my god!
It worked. She's rolling down the hill.
Like a giant prickly bowling ball.
She's heading straight for the scorpions.
Strike!
Well, that was fortuitous.
Now they decided to go up on a steep ledge.
Yeah.
Franklin got poked by cactus. saw a hiker and used the hiker as a bowling ball. I love that this kids, man,
good.
bro, they're getting chased by infected, and they found a fun part. Is strike. That was Franklin yelling, right?
No,
Yes,
Frank
yes.
said
The moment
strike.
I heard that, I was like, "There's no way
was
he
so
actually
funny.
yelled that." Please,
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
was
it's
in
right.
his journal, right?
And this is where I realized Zach was so smart. He came up with like these big words. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
But
And I have
the
to
way-
look these up. I have to
But
look
the
it up.
way, no, so it's hilarious because when I heard him yell strike, he yelled strike the way baseball player yelled strike. So it's the other,
like an
other
umpire.
side, yeah, like the
Oh, so
umpire
it's
strike.
strike?
Yeah, because in bowling you don't necessarily yell strike. You know, that's more like baseball strike.
Wrong sport, buddy.
Yeah,
Wrong
right.
sport.
I totally pictured
Try
that
again.
as like
Rewind, try again.
the snowball rolling down the hill,
Yeah,
building
yeah,
up
yeah,
bigger
yeah,
and bigger with
There's
all
a
the
cartoon,
thorns and stuff. Yeah.
So the hiker was stuck in the cactus first, right?
No.
No, the
He
hiker
got
was
caught.
stuck.
She got caught into it. No, they saw
Yeah,
it. They were
there
chasing.
was some.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some like dragging them down, which is what gave them the idea. Is that like it got like the hiker got stuck in it for a moment, but kind of kept powering through and was just dragging it with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
I
he
didn't
got
realize that.
Yeah, so he got stuck because the hiker saw them. It's stuck in the cactus, and then got away with the cactus. But you have that momentum, so he started falling down.
I had to look up
Yeah.
this cactus so I can have a better picture of
Yeah.
what got caught. It's those like flat.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because
I
I
never looked it up.
messaged Casey about that because I couldn't understand what Ruby's saying, and she's saying like this specific kind of cactus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
the
was like
prickly pear.
Yeah.
Prickly pear.
Yeah, he said prickly pear because the first time I heard it, she was mentioning about the bison. It's like the prickly pear, prickly pear, like two of them. And then I messaged Casey. Hey, I said, what did Ruby say? Prickly pear? And then eventually I Blaine said prickly pear again. It makes sense now. And then I messaged Casey. Never mind, I heard it.
Prickly pear isn't the stuff that's would kill them, right? That's not.
No,
the
no,
stuff.
that's a
Okay.
devil's
No,
breath.
no, that's the
The
cat.
devil's breath.
The cactus is the prickly pear.
Yeah.
Devil's what?
Yeah.
Devil's, breath. I
breath.
had to look at that up too, and like,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful flower.
Well,
But
at first I
dangerous.
looked up. I thought they said dragon's breath, so I was looking up a wrong plant because I looked up all the information. It's like this is not poisonous. Like what? There's no way Casey would have.
It makes
put
so much
something in
sense
there.
when we were in the car. And you
Yeah.
were
So, devil's breath, not dragon's breath. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty looking flower. I mean, he's
Mm-hmm.
looking it up, but man,
Yeah.
it's deadly.
Yeah. It was super
Yeah.
deadly.
Can we slow down? I haven't heard any of them in a while.
Yeah, I think we put some good distance between us.
Your troop? The scorpions? They seem great. What was the flag guy's story? That was disturbing.
That's Chase. He was horrible even before he turned into one of those things.
So they decided that they're heading to Avalon. Carmen said, "Your trope scorpions, they seem great."
Yo, I'm sorry. I got so mad hearing that, dude. I'm like, I want to fight, man. Like, come on.
I know. Maybe not as level of
Too soon.
It's not the level of Pierce awfulness, but it's like it's hilarious, but it's
That was
awful.
cold.
The
Like,
sarcasm
that
know.
was huge.
so
I was like,
unnecessary because they
what?
just found out all of their friends were dead.
Yeah.
Like this whole time they had hope that because they weren't in the camp, they had hope that maybe they got out alive, and they
Yeah.
just found out they're all dead. And it's
Right.
like, man, they're great.
Right. And then on top of that, Zach explaining who Chase was and the way he like the adjectives that he used: illustrious, sadistic, beloved trope leader. It's
see?
like
see?
yeah, you go positive, negative, positive, but it's all like sarcasm. yeah. Illustrious, sadistic, beloved.
I love when they're like, "How did he become that?" Nepotism.
He was our illustrious and sadistic troop leader.
How did he get chosen as troop leader?
Nepotism.
His obnoxious brother, his venture master.
Makes sense.
Nepotism.
Exactly.
Nepotism. And then he's still a scout. Now, Zach's mind and his critical analysis, we talked about this, is impeccable. He's just starting to think about all of these things that even the OG were alive didn't even think about, you know?
Yeah.
Like they didn't even think about it at first hand.
Did it seem weird to anyone that they were like organized, following orders, and had a plan and stuff?
Yeah, I noticed that too. And I'm thinking it means they must retain some impulses from before they got infected.
Huh?
Holding the flag was a duty, carried on after, like a leftover directive, maybe. Lots to think about. Why? And how does the brain retain it? Does it get impulses directly from the infectee? How is it passed on?
What does any of that mean?
Beats me.
There must be some sort of equation, a balance of variables and inputs, outputs, character controls, part of it maybe? I don't know.
I don't think he's listening.
But in their defense, if they're here and defend themselves, they didn't really have a moment of knowing someone and then turn. The beginning part of We're Alive.
The only one that they had like known that turned, that they like, there were two that they knew.
Yeah.
Turned early, and one was
the colonel and the station?
colonel,
yeah,
and then the girlfriend.
Yeah,
so
girlfriend.
episode 1.
Yeah.
But they didn't have time to like see it happen and then have it be a slow like
because he ran him over
process.
in the Jeep.
You swerved to hit him.
I couldn't help it.
And then the girl is just right there, and then who did the shot? Who made the shot? Angel. Yeah,
Angel took the shot.
Angel
gave the order to take the shot.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
Because Michael was holding the shot and said, "I need you to give me the order."
Yeah. And when Zach is like, they must retain some impulses before they got infected. The flag is a duty, not the leftover directive. And he's like, maybe that's the case. I don't know. It's like nothing is for sure with him. It's
he went into like
maybe
computer programmer mode.
For real.
It's always a skepticism, but until it's proven fact. Which I really like, because it means like we have something to go off of, but not something to live by.
Yeah, and he continued saying, because Ruby and Franklin was trying to talk to him, but he's not listening. Even Franklin said, "I don't think he's listening." Yeah, he said that. How does it pass on character control? Maybe that might be why they attack them. Now, knowing all of them, do you think Chase wants to attack them specifically? I know I said this earlier. Do you think he wants to attack them specifically?
I think it's just they saw humans and.
Yeah, it was a coincidence.
I think it was just natural instinct.
Yeah. So
I think he might be actually going for them. I could definitely see that.
I can see that after realizing who they were.
Yeah, because here's the thing. So when they got to, I know I'm jumping, but when they got to Little Harbor, right? If Pierce didn't get there, do you think the Scorpion's still hunting for him? Because they got there because of Pierce, right? Yeah. They followed Pierce, but removing Pierce, do you think Scorpions are still looking for him?
I think the Scorpions might have been trying to track them this whole time, but then they saw Pierce and they're like, yes, another familiar.
Yeah. I think it's just down to instinct.
Yeah.
Which ties in with everything that they carry over in terms of their intellect and their, carrying the flag. It's instinct. That's kind of a general idea behind pretty much any infected zombie thing.
Gotcha.
Is that they get down to base instincts. Everything is an instinct, eat and instincts. And so
I think for the most part it's instinctual, but a lot of them is because even the jumpers in the We're Alive OG, remember he was looking. And then, because they said he was looking at the cable, right? He was looking at they're thinking, like they know what's going on until that jumper saw him and then jumped and attacked them. So for the most part, I think if you're just a normie infected, I think all of that is just instinctual. But a lot of them are, especially the little ones, I think they can think. Yeah. Yeah, because even like they plan.
Well, I think that ties in with instinct.
Yeah.
If you're an intellectual and you change,
right,
then your instincts tie in with your intellect, and it alters what you do naturally.
Right. Because ink is not even a part of the question. Ink is just a total hybrid of a infected, right? Because when he attacked the colony,
Ink is one of the specials.
Yeah, he's definitely a special. Because when he attacked the colony, he made sure to send the big ones first to break the wall, like Attack on Titans.
He did legitimate, like, militaristic strategy.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, this man literally was just readings, The Art of War the morning before and said, all right, we're going to try this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how he experimented with those.
I still want to read that book sometime.
Art of War.
Art of War, yeah.
It's actually so good.
I
so
have
good.
it on my phone, actually.
Such an interesting read.
Ooh, hold up. That's a good piece of wood.
Good idea.
It's not that strong, but might work if we need it.
We should all keep an eye out for more to use as weapons.
There aren't many trees out here. Might be hard to find.
You're unusually quiet, Blaine.
I guess.
Aren't you going to thank me for saving your butt back there?
Thanks for saving my butt back there.
Don't mention it. You probably shouldn't have called them over.
Yeah, I know.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. I just thought they were okay.
Next time, maybe check with the rest of us before you make any more captain's calls.
There won't be a next time.
What?
I just thought I could. Never mind.
Carmen noticed how Blaine is awfully quiet. That when we heard Blaine gave up on being a captain. Carmen said, check up on the rest of us. She said, it's funny because this is when Carmen said, are you going to thank me for saving you? Saving your butt? And then Blaine said, thank you. And then she said, don't mention it. What?
Mother.
Don't mention it. You just said thank you.
You just said to mention it.
I know. And then Blaine said he gave up on calling the captain. And Carmen said, check up on the rest of us first. Then Blaine said, I just thought, then said, never mind. So this part, I'm trying to finish his statement, like what he's going to say. I came up with two things. I think he's trying to say, I just thought I can prove it to you that I'm worth captain. Or maybe I just thought they weren't infected.
Probably
I'm trying
that.
to finish. Yeah,
I would lean towards the latter.
Yeah,
I lean towards the latter as well.
I'm thinking that he's hurting more because first he felt bad for what's his name again? The Lisp kid,
Lucas.
Yeah,
for Lucas,
Rip.
and then even more putting
yeah,
and even more putting his friends in danger, not knowing that the scorpions are actually infected, and he was wrong about it. So I feel like
and then he got like the weight of Lucas got off his shoulder when he said, well, it didn't matter if he came with them, you know. And who said it, Franklin or Zach?
It was Zach.
Yeah, I think he's better off because he got out quick.
Yeah.
So it was a lot better.
Or did he?
Right? He comes back a half a face. We're still reading manga. reading Attack on Titans.
That was the last.
He's just sitting in the bathroom in the corner.
Dude, okay, so let's talk about this. It just popped in my head, right? If you're an infected and you are you have intellectual and instinctual capability, what manga would you be afraid of reading that you will adapt to yourself?
I can't answer this question because I don't read
But comic
them.
books. Have you read comic books?
No. Well, specifically manga, because Lucas is into anime, not necessarily comic books.
What would be you afraid to read?
Yeah. Not okay. So if that's an infected and reading a manga, what will be a manga that you will be scared of him learning?
Oh, that's a tough one. I read a lot of mangas and I can't remember them now.
I think Attack on Titans will be one of them for sure.
Well, that was the first thing that came to mind. But I was like, no, that's too obvious.
Yeah, Attack on Titans will be one of them. I don't know about Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball is like it's not applicable for infected.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen too, for sure.
It's the ones where all the villains win through most of it.
Jay right here is so lost. Like
he'll be sitting right next to Casey. He's like, what are they talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah,
Casey doesn't know.
No idea. No idea.
I feel like
I've heard of a few of these names, but
dude, I feel like Lucas is a Naruto fan. Yeah, I think Lucas is a Naruto fan, and he's one of those kids who's running with their hands behind them when he's getting chased by infected.
Is
he's
that the one
running
with
like
the digital monsters?
No, that's Digimon. Oh, he probably plays Pokemon Go. Like, I won't be surprised if he's not. Yeah.
Ouch! Sorry. Just noticed you still had some cactus thorn in your trousers. Thought I should pull it out before it gets worse.
Thanks.
I'm guessing this is not how you expected camp to go from my description on the ferry.
You should say that again.
I would, but I'm so tired.
But we're getting through this.
Of course we are. We have to.
No, Franklin, this is when we see, after that we heard Franklin and Ruby flirting. She removed some cactus thorns. She said, I guess this is not the camp I described to you in the ferry, but it's like you see the giggling and then having fun together.
Oh,
It's
they're
like the shy flirting.
Yeah, it's so cute.
They're coming into their own.
So cute. So cute. So
Sorry, there was a thorn in your trousers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are the words.
So gross. Okay. Now Franklin said, but we're getting through this. And Ruby said, of course we are. We have to. This gives me an idea that maybe they were not going to get through it. Or at least Ruby.
Because they jinxed it.
Why did you have to say it?
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
did
That is
a red flag.
That's
You know
the
what I mean?
doomed. That's the doomed phrase.
Not me.
For
I'm-
every
he's-
survival.
He's not talking about me. He's talking about the we're alive. They had to put that in there.
That is literally the doomed phrase.
So-
Anytime
Yeah.
anyone says that in any like survival flick, they die.
Yeah. She said, of course we're going to get through this. Come on. You should have just shut up.
There's always that positive person, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's always the heartbreaking part. Just, dude, come
It's
on.
always the pessimist that gets through it.
Yes. Be negative.
I'm rooting for them. Just so we're clear. Don't stab me in the back again, Casey. All right, I'm rooting for this one.
Dude, how many times have we been heartbroken, right? Like, look,
Oh, man.
Every single
you
time.
you get Angel and Riley, you get Datu and Samantha,
Oh, that
Nick
one
and
is
Lizzie,
heartbreaking even more.
right? You have
Wait,
Nick.
not Nick and Lizzie.
No, sorry, Saul and Lizzie. Oh, that's gross. Saul and Lizzie, and then Nick and Lisa. Like, how many times, dude? How many times are we not gonna learn?
Every single time.
Michael,
Every single.
Michael escaped it
Right.
for a while, but
Yes.
even Michael got caught.
Yeah, Michael and Pegs.
I feel like that might have
They
been a
escaped
blessing.
it
though.
for almost 20 years, but eventually it caught him to it.
The only one that lasted longer is Victor and Kelly. That's
and,
it.
And Kelly,
That's
I was
true.
thinking the same
Victor
thing.
and Kelly. They're still together. You know.
Oh, then you have to look at Robbins too. Even Robbins couldn't even get
Oh,
through
yeah.
his one series.
Oh, the one in Gold Rush.
Well, right now,
Yup.
right now it's Alex and Dot.
No, don't say it. Don't do this to me. No.
I think I
No.
said that a while ago, didn't I? I was like, don't take Dot away from us. Dot is
I know.
awesome.
We
Character
love
says
Dot.
one word.
I
and
agree.
she's
I agree.
amazing.
Yeah. My first
For
one is
a literal one-word character, it's peak.
yes.
Honestly, not gonna lie, probably one of my top 3 characters.
Yeah. Oh,
Agreed,
absolutely.
agreed.
Oh, absolutely. My first one really is the perfect love story is Bert and Dog. That's my perfect love story. Perfect and Dog. The pig. I'm not the goat.
No, it's the goat.
Yeah, the
Goat?
goat.
I was gonna say pig.
That he
What?
named. That he named Dog. Yeah, that was it. But so she said it. Of course, we're gonna go through this. And then Carmen stepped on Bison's crap.
Scat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scat. We said this from the first
Oh, that's
episode.
the word. I was trying to figure that word out.
It's scat. We said this from the first episode that Bison will play out in this series. So
I've been
here-
waiting for this.
Yeah, here they are. Here is the Bisons. Now Franklin almost picked up. I even said in my notes, "Dragon's breath, Devil's breath." Yeah, Devil's breath. Is it common? The Devil's breath? It's a real thing. Because I googled dragon's breath and it wasn't poisonous. So this one is
It's
poisonous.
devil's breath. Yeah,
So-
it's an actual thing.
Dude, that thing is just deadly. You can't even like just burn it, huh?
Burn it or touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, he was looking at the picture. It looks gorgeous. It looks nice.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, it is.
Yeah. So how do you kill it? Like round up? Like
Avoid it.
avoid it? And can
Which it's so crazy because of it being so invasive too. That's what makes it so much worse.
Yeah.
You probably could burn it. You just have to be protected.
Right.
Yeah, wear a mask.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is that you just can't inhale the burning.
yeah, and it's like almost immediate death. You know. Now, while they were talking and figuring how many more miles, you can hear Carmen removing Bison's poop out of her boots. It's just like, come on,
she's like,
get off. Yeah. Franklin said, "Is that tree deadly?" It's like, no, it's an ironwood. It should be fine.
Will they pull out the rule?
I'll live.
Right,
Like,
right.
What is Scouts rule number 6?
Yeah,
That's what they mentioned. It's like know your surroundings.
yeah. Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, be aware.
Franklin, this is when he picked up the stick, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
It was right before all
Yeah,
this.
he
that
picked up
they
the stick. It's a nice stick.
Because my first thought after Carmen stepped in the poop was like, "Give me that stick."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
In my head, it's like, what? How does that this stick plays a purpose?
So
he just picks
the
it
stick,
up.
the stick
Well,
is
in
the
my
one
mind,
that,
I'm like, the stick is a defensive weapon.
yeah, it's the same stick that he used. I was gonna say it later on, but now that you bring it up, it's the same stick that he hit Chase with when Chase grabbed
Yes.
Ruby's boot. That's
Yes.
the same stick that he used.
So he used it as a
I
walking
was
stick.
trying to
at the time?
figure out what he
Yeah.
said there, and he said that the stick broke. That's what
yeah,
he
the
said.
stick
Yes.
broke.
I couldn't.
Yes.
I listened to it multiple times. I'm like, what did he just say here? I
Yeah,
heard
that's the
something
same stick
broke.
that he picked up and saved,
Yes.
his girl.
Okay, that makes complete sense then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he used the stick. He used something to hit the foot. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah, hit Chase with. He saved his
Or
girl.
yeah, hit Chase.
Now they're heading to the little harbor. They were tired and hungry. Franklin pulled all the candies. Now Casey mentioned in his YouTube, because you asked what his favorite candy. He said peanut M&M, peanut butter M&M, and Old Reese's recipe. That's his favorite.
Yes.
candy. Yeah.
It's funny because I haven't heard any of it.
Casey, you just went from
MVP.
here to here.
Would you say peanut butter M&M is what?
MVP.
Yeah.
So good. They're
It's
so
good,
Don't.
but
I think I can agree with
Starburst are
that.
still better.
You
Or
know, it
Sour Patch
sucks, though,
Kids.
I
No,
can't eat
M&Ms.
'em.
Just M&Ms.
Oh, just M&Ms?
Yeah.
Peanut butter M&M.
Yeah, peanut butter M&Ms.
peanut butter.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No question. And then Ruby said, "I am so glad we met at the ferry. Oh, it's so." And she said, "You're the best, Franklin."
I mean, let's be honest. Candy
You're the
is the way to a
best.
woman's heart. Let's be honest.
Sweets. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that the snack that Zach picked up is Cliff Bar?
He said Heath Bar.
Oh, is it Heath
It's
Bar?
Heath Bar.
Oh,
Heath
I
Bar.
thought he said Cliff
Heath.
Bar. Dang it.
He's so
'Cause that would've been-
Scratch out that? No.
No, because that would have been interesting. Because if it's a Cliff Bar, he used that
of what
strategy.
happens immediately
Yeah,
after.
eventually with this
Yeah,
troop.
sorry,
man,
no.
dang it.
It's a Heath Bar.
It's okay.
Heath Bar.
Yeah,
Like Heathcliff.
He brings the heat. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. This one. That's the one. Sorry. He brings the heat. Okay.
Stop.
Now this is like. I hate to bring you guys down with this information. We probably won't. But when Ruby said, "I'm so glad that we met," or "You're the best," right? This part reminds me a lot of someone that we know in OG We're Alive, when she wrote down on the
Yeah.
notes saying,
Samantha.
"You're
Yeah.
No.
that
no,
you're the best."
Sorry.
And then she's
I just
glad.
jumped that gun.
She practically, not verbatimly, but she told Datu that I'm glad that we met, but practically that. And the time, that time though, she wrote it on his note, but this time Franklin wrote about her on his note. But that similarity and that parallel between those two, it's just impeccable. With them
She's
being
dead.
happy.
She's gone.
Samantha.
I'm mentally preparing
No!
Next episode,
I'm
I'm
mentally
ready for
prepared
it.
for
Next
this.
I
episode.
refuse. I will not prepare for this travesty.
Now, Carmen.
Not again. It's petrified and camouflaged.
And yet, somehow the rest of us managed just fine.
Ugh, I don't even care anymore. Adds padding to my feet.
Of course, stepped on a poop again. That adds padding to my feet. That
was so great. He was like, forget it. It's just
correct.
padding.
Yeah, that cracked me up. It's like,
I also love how Blaine was just like, yeah, because everyone else found a way to miss it.
yeah. That line when she said it adds padding is the same intensity of when you eat a bug. It's protein, you know.
Yeah,
It's the same intensity. No, it's the same like idea. Well, might
Same
as well.
energy.
It's same energy. Yeah, it's protein, so it's fine. But it adds padding.
Little harbor. But we're here.
Finally.
The campsite should be just down there on the cliff overlooking the beach.
We should be careful, just in case any infected are already here. Stay close together.
Someone's already here.
What was that? It sounded like
I
a...
don't think that was an infected.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I think it's a bison! Yippee, more poop to step in.
Now that sounds like an infected.
Or two.
It doesn't see us. This way, behind the shrubs.
We crept down the side of the shrubline trail until we reached the campsite clearing. Then we saw it. Or them. 2 infected campers were attacking a huge bison. They were leaping at it from both sides, but the bison managed to throw one off and crush the infected under its hooves. But the second one got him good when his back was turned. Then in one swift move, he charged his attacker and pushed him towards the cliff.
They heard a noise.
Shock.
I know. Bison fighting 2 infected. He and one of them, he stepped on the other infected's face, right?
Or just, well, it didn't say face. It crushed him with his hooves.
Yeah, but I think that's gotta be it.
That's the connotation.
Yeah, that's how I picture it.
And then the second one,
Even if it stomped its chest, I mean,
right?
It's a heavy dude.
And then the second one, he yeeted him.
Yeeted?
Yeah, yeeted. Yeah, you're old.
I am.
He yeeted them out of there and said, "Bye, son." Sorry.
He's waiting for this moment.
I had to. He said, "Bus."
My heart just sank just so clear.
I can see Ace's face right now. Just face palm the whole time.
Goodness.
Just face palm.
Gosh, I am old.
All right. So, nothing. Ace, speechless. Okay, I get it. It's fine. Now,
Over it.
now Ruby.
He pushed him over the cliff.
No, he didn't just push him.
He threw him. He threw him.
He threw him. Yeah, he sent him flying.
Yeah, he sent him flying.
The reason it got so Najat got so aggressive here is because while fighting off the 2 infected campers, one of them flanked around and got him in the back.
Yeah.
So he stomped on the first one and then turned to the one that bit him and yeeted him off. See ya.
Bison. Just say it. It's Bison.
No, I refuse.
Ready?
I will not be a victim of your games.
That's what I said. Bison. Now,
and they're literally everyone's like, well, he's not coming back. He's gone.
Yeah.
That must have been a high cliff. When
but he got stuck in the cactus.
Yes.
The infected.
Did he?
Yeah, the same cactus were.
Oh, because that's where they go over and they check it out, and they're like,
and you can hear it.
this.
Yep.
That's where I think that's where Zach starts accumulating the plan.
Yeah.
Is because he's like, this cliff that he just got thrown deep in through is probably a valley of cacti.
Yep. Yeah. And if there's any MVP in this episode, I consider Ruby as the MVP, not Zach. I love Zach. Don't get me wrong. Zach did a lot, but Ruby's the MVP in this episode.
Really?
For me, because of this scene of helping the bison.
Oh my gosh, the bison! He's hurt!
Yeah, one infected bit him hard.
Oh no. Is it going to become like one of them?
Doesn't show any signs. The scouts at camp turned pretty quick. Maybe it's not the same with animals.
Well, that's good.
Are you sure?
From the multiple injuries already on the bison, I don't think this is the first infected he's encountered.
How do you know it's a he?
Oh, it's definitely a boy.
Stop joking around. He needs help. I can do something to stop the bleeding. What are you doing? You are not going near that thing.
Oh,
and I know it was like I wouldn't have done it. I would have stopped someone from helping that
No,
bison.
all the guys are like, we ain't doing
it. I'm not doing any of these, and I'm not letting anybody do this. But she did it. She helped the bison, and it definitely. It's like, I wonder if it's a boy. It definitely.
Definitely a boy.
I was picturing. I was like,
yeah.
Have we encountered any other animals?
No.
This is the first time we've had confirmation that at least bison
the first one that almost is the cat, Peg's cat.
So, first one that's been attacked, no, because we did find out from Marcus that dogs don't turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That he was the one that confirmed animals don't turn.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't remember that.
This is the first time we saw them get attacked, but he talked about how one of his dogs got attacked and how one took down an infected all on its own.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
Okay, this reminded me of a long-running theory and conversation on Facebook group for We're Alive They've been trying to figure out who's the sisters. Remember when Scratch said, "I'll feed you to the sisters"? How come they never thought about it's Marcus's dogs? Why did they think it's someone? That's my thought. Like the first time I heard Scratch said it, it was Marcus's dogs. When the Maulers took over the colony, she kept the dogs, and I'm assuming those are the same dogs that was with Marcus.
Dead. The dogs were dead before the colony got taken.
Were they?
Yeah, because during the assassination, when Gatekeeper was taking over the place, they killed the dogs.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part because that was what I'm assuming.
Because those were I don't remember Marcus's guards, private guards.
Yeah,
and they all got killed before Marcus died.
Because I can see it being the Maulers. After they kill Marcus, took over the dogs.
Because of the loyalty from the dogs, I'd be amazed if the dogs survived after fighting like that fight.
Yeah.
I
don't think the Maulers ever would have even seen the dogs.
All I can picture is the Dobermans from
It's exactly what I think.
Gosh, what is it? Resident Evil.
Oh, Resident Evil.
Yeah, Resident Evil.
I was gonna say 007. No,
I said Dobermans.
Dobermans. Yeah.
No, that's exactly what I thought of as like the guard dogs was just like those big beefy like Dobermans that are just all business that are terrifying to look at.
So the animals in We're Alive.
I want to give it a hug.
So We're Alive universe, animals are immune.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What other shows and games of zombies that we see animals that are not immune?
A lot of that are or are not.
That are immune. Sorry,
most of them.
I don't think like you see infected animals like even in like the Walking Dead world.
Last of Us they turn.
I know.
Last of Us they turn. World War Z they don't turn.
Yeah.
Oh, they did turn because remember his dog turned.
Yeah.
Did his dog turn?
Yeah.
You know how he killed his dog? He was trying
because he had the son.
I Am Legend.
That was like the saddest movie in the movie.
Yeah, and it was the dogs who attack his dog. He was fighting for dogs.
You're right.
World War Z they don't turn.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, in the lab, right? Resident Evil.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, Resident Evil. We were just talking
Resident
about
Evil. They definitely turn.
They definitely turn.
Oh yeah.
They turn in the really bad ones.
They're terrifying.
Right.
What was it? Z Nation. They turn.
I thought a lot of them didn't turn, but I was wrong.
A lot of them.
It's I think it's pretty close to like a 50-50 split in a lot of these situations. Honestly. Yeah, you got a coin flip.
The popular ones that we know, that some of them,
Yeah, but with this one, it's for sure. I thought it's just because of the size of the bison, so it's probably like slower turn. But it's a confirmed that because I had thought about like other series.
That's why that's one of the two reasons that Marcus used dogs as his like inner guards because they can't turn.
One thing that's I'm curious about is if it's animal specific. And
think,
so that might lead to some kind of research of finding a cure or or something like that. Kind of like Saul being immune. Yeah. Certain animals.
After there's been years, Tanya should have found it by now.
Ace has a theory about Tanya and Saul.
What is it?
That they're not fully immune. They're just super slow turner.
Okay.
He at least one time he mentioned that maybe they're super slow turner. That maybe Tanya didn't really die from cancer. Like she just about to turn and she ended it.
Huh.
Yeah, that was one of the running theory.
Huh.
Yeah, that they were super slow turners. But of course that could be wrong. Yeah.
That just made me think of something else.
I thought
another heartbreaking moment.
I thought if we're on that topic.
Oh yeah.
I thought her cancer was the one that prevented it.
Ooh. Her cancer made her immune?
Yeah.
But how do you explain Saul?
I'd say my biggest thing to that would be Saul and then Ink. Because Ink still turned and he had cancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. At first I thought it was whatever IV that he was using, Saul. That's why he's
IV drip?
Yeah, that's why he was immune until we met Tanya. I was like, oh. Well,
which I like how they did that because they did seem like, oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
Because he definitely should be infected right now.
Because even Victor said that. It's like, maybe it's that thing.
Give me one. Let's not test it, but just give me
one. Now, Carmen is calming while Ruby's treating the bison's wound. Carmen calming the bison down and talking to the bison. It's hilarious because she said we are normal ones while talking to the bison.
not really that normal. He doesn't understand.
Not the normal
you.
thing.
Yeah, not really that normal. She has a lot of that moments where, you know, like with Blaine. Don't
What's
mention
funny
it.
is the boys are over there going, they are crazy.
You know, because even Zach said I was ready to say I told you so, but yeah,
I was ready to give a
Yeah.
heartfelt "I told you so" to
Two dead girls.
beaten, or trampled. Like, oh my gosh.
So why did Ruby assume that he's French?
It could be a couple things. It could be because of whatever movie was out there, and so it could be because of that. It could be because
Or maybe just
she knows something
maybe
about the
something
bison,
else?
and bisons are.
Yeah.
French name is more fun.
Yeah, maybe that's just it. Like maybe just more like instinctual for her. It's like,
Jacques
oh, he's
Bisson.
French.
Bison.
Well, she's from London.
Yeah, Jacques Bisson.
England.
Yeah, Jacques Bisson.
Over the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Bison.
I mean, bisons are normally from like South Asia or America. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And
They're
then,
in South Asia?
Huh?
Did you say South
yeah,
Asia?
Yeah, in Mongolia they have bisons. Yeah,
I learned something new today.
yeah.
I did
in
not
Mo-
know that.
In
I've
Mongolia,
always just thought of them as
no, in Mongolia,
US.
In the
in
US.
Mongolia they herd them.
Yeah, it's
In
in
Yellowstone.
South Asia and America are like the two most common places
Yeah.
to find them.
Now Blaine said, "Holy cow." Are they even cows? And then Zach said, "Yeah, they are." Hey, see, I'm not the only one who does all these jokes. Even Blaine does it. Maybe I'm Blaine. I'm just kidding. And then,
You know, I was prepared for I told you so over a couple stomped girl campers, but that was pretty awesome.
The bison. It almost felt like it was on our side.
Like it knows somehow.
Vive la révolution, Jacques! Vive la révolution! Woo!
Come on, let's go check out the rest of this campsite.
while they're leaving, I couldn't make up what Zach is saying because I tried to Google what it meant when he's yelling "Viva la
Viva la
something."
Revolution. He's saying long live the revolution.
I know, so that's
Long
what I
live the
assumed.
revolution.
So I googled the "Viva la Revolution," and it was in Spanish. So I guess French and Spanish kind of like have the same words, but
They,
it was
I
in
think
Spanish.
they do in some respects.
Yeah.
I mean, it might also be how you spell it.
So it's probably with how you spelt it, because Viva la Revolution, if you do vive, like vive, vive la Revolution, that is French.
That's
but
more
Viva la Revolution is
Yeah.
revolucion, like, so you do the
Oh, that's C.
C-I-O-N.
Yep.
That's Spanish. Revolution, like the more American way to say it,
Right,
more
right.
English way, that's French.
Now we're figuring all this out, and then here comes Casey posting, "Yeah, you're all wrong." That's not what he
Yeah,
yelled.
probably.
That's not what he yelled at.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, there's only a couple letters difference in those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
long live is what it is. Long live.
Long live the revolution.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I have in my notes. I googled it and then I gave up. It's like I don't know what he said. Gotta listen to it over and over again. I keep going back and forth. It's like, what did he say?
Yes.
I couldn't figure it out. Yeah.
Dude, I love that so much. And I was like all this time saying like, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, even like as like Jacques is getting ready to walk away, he's like, we shouldn't have done it, but I guess it made a difference.
Yeah.
Viva la revolution!
yeah.
He says it multiple times.
Yeah, I know. And then Blaine and Carmen, they're having their moments again.
But hang on, do
yeah,
we
yeah.
think Jacques is going to come back?
Oh,
I think so.
definitely.
100%. 1000.
Yeah.
He's been named.
So, he's been named, but it's
And
also
they said you made a difference.
you made a difference, and also when he said, "I feel like he knows," you know,
That we're on this, that we're on the same
that
side.
we're on the same side. So he's gonna make a comeback. Maybe killing Pierce. That's
Casey, I have a request. Can one of the episodes
Don't get my hopes
thumbnail
up.
be the kids riding the bison?
that's the end of this series. They're riding into the sunshine on the bison.
yes.
Riding
Right a new ending.
the
It's
sunset.
amazing.
Yeah, that's them.
This is our fan
For-
ending.
Forget the rest of them. It's just Ruby and Zach.
Frank-
No,
Franklin.
no,
Or
yeah.
Franklin.
And then the bison starts flying
Okay,
while
you just
eating
went
eating
grease.
chicken wings.
What the heck?
Chicken wings? Buffalo Wild Wings? Come on, guys. Get into the program. Sheesh. It's a little slow here. Buffalo.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
I apologize. Now,
Hey, Carmen, that was pretty cool. You charming that bison and all.
Well, you know, I'm just so charming.
Oh, I know. Charming and brave
And what?
and
Come on, guys, hurry up.
and bossy and stubborn and sarcastic.
Lane.
Carmen.
now Blaine and Carmen, they got their moments again. She said, "I know." He's saying all of these things, and then this is a Carmen pun. She said, "I know, I'm charming." She said that. She literally said that. She said it.
I freaking knew it. I knew you were gonna put it in your notes.
We all had it in there. We all knew that was coming.
Yeah.
If he didn't say it, one of us would have.
Yeah, she said, "I'm charming."
I love their interaction at this point though, because like he's giving her all those compliments shyly, and then and you're annoying and rude, and just
yeah. No, because you can tell that he was about to say beautiful or cute or something like that, but he's like,
and then the moment he heard somebody else, he's like, no, I gotta keep this up.
Yeah.
I'm really curious on how much of a backstory there is between those two, because it seemed like they might have known each other beforehand.
Yeah,
they did.
Well, because remember in the first episode when he came up to Carmen and said, "Hey, do you want to meet up to this place again?" or something like that. So
he mentioned they have history.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
They have a history there for sure. Because and even who said it? Zach. Is it Carmen again? Statistically
that's
speaking,
right.
that.
I did forget about that. Yeah.
So they had history.
And so that means it's not. They don't just have history. They have that reoccurring fling kind of thing.
History.
They have that camp fling.
What do they say nowadays? Situational ship.
A situationship.
Yeah, it's situationship. That's a kind of relationship nowadays. The kids call situationship. I know. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Now they got to the 10 areas and found no infected. Franklin found a fishing rod and said he can fish. Yeah, fishing rods, and said he can fish.
Yeah.
And then at first.
Okay, well, who else is hungry? I've got the poles and the gummy bait. Ruby, if you want
I'll help you. I need something to eat other than candy anyway.
Oh, okay, Carmen. We can fish from that cool looking rock down there.
That's the whale tail.
Oh yeah, I guess it does kind of look like one.
His
trying
Riz.
to get his girlfriend.
Yeah, his Riz. His Riz is
trying.
on
You hear the disappointment when Carmen volunteers.
So did you guys notice that when he's trying to purposely Riz up, he gets blocked, but the unconscious, not unconscious, but subconscious Riz, it plays out well.
Yep.
Because this is the second time when he asked Ruby to to hold her or hold him. Yeah, hold him. Remember when they were at the fish market? And Ruby said she can't move, and he was
like trying to hold her hand.
Yeah. Oh. And then Carmen said, "No, I got it. No, I got it. No, I said I got it." So when he's trying to purposely Riz up, it's not playing out. And this is the second time. Franklin asked Ruby if she wants to come, and quickly interrupted by Carmen said she will go with him. This one is Carmen really wants to go. This is not cock blocking.
This one isn't. This one isn't just a shutdown. This one's a.
But I think it's a little bit of both.
I'm actually really hungry.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Hitting two birds with one stone.
Well, because after this, during their conversation in the lake, she's like getting into it.
Yeah, but she's been trying to.
Oh, she's still trying to protect.
She's been trying to protect Ruby the entire time.
Yeah.
And she knows what he's doing. So I think it's Yeah.
Can we, because of this episode, can we remove the idea that she might be into Ruby?
I didn't think that was ever a.
Oh, I thought
starter.
that was.
I know you did, but I didn't.
We all know you
thought
did.
so too. It's like, bro, you're very overprotective. It's kind of creepy. Now, Franklin teaching Carmen to fish. Okay, I have a beyond theory. Hear me out, guys. Okay, don't choke me yet. I have a beyond theory, and I want you to listen to me. I don't have all the information yet, and I heard. Okay, but I saw in the chat, in the Facebook chat, that Casey said Scout's Honor has nothing to do with Descendants. Like, this is a standalone series. That's what I heard, right? But what if, listen to me. What if Franklin is Vincent?
Franklin is Vincent?
What if Franklin is Vincent? Nick's group guy who allegedly killed Michael in Descendants. What if Franklin grew up 18 years ago and he's Vincent? He has the training.
I don't see that being a thing, but that would be very interesting.
This scene confirmed, or at least kind of threw my theory back that Franklin is part of the family, because I thought that this will be Oliver's son, but he mentions later on that we'll learn his dad divorced his mom and is up in Sacramento at the moment.
Yeah.
And right now Oliver's in jail, so
well, not just maybe the theory of being Oliver his dad, but being part of the family is still on the table.
Maybe
being part of the family is still on the table, but not related to Oliver.
I think it's still on the table.
Yeah, it's still on the table. So, and this is why I think, I have two theories. First, something to back this up, kind of. The first one is his training. So when he allegedly killed Michael and he was in the woods, like, he knows how everything works around. So he has kind of like a training. He started the fire when he was with Nick in Descendants, in one of the Coliseum. He's the one cutting all the woods while Nick is eating. It's like, I'll help you after I eat. No, I got this. And then Nick said, are you trying to show off, and all that. So he started the fire in there. And we know eventually in this series that he knows how to start a fire. Right. And then second, his dad being missing. In the previous episode, while they were hiding out and being by themselves, I remember Franklin saying, maybe this is how it feels like. And I think he's referring to his dad being running around or going somewhere and camping because he's part of the family, putting on missions and things like that. So I think he's referring to his dad. Maybe this is how it feels like. And of course, Dad trained him with fishing and all that stuff.
So did you see Casey make that statement, or did you just, or what?
Oh, what about
Scouts it not honor? Being related?
No, I just saw it. Someone said it.
Oh, so it wasn't Casey.
It wasn't Casey. Someone else said that they heard Casey say it.
Or they saw Casey in one of his lives,
or in some of the chat or comment. That's what they said. But I think it's still related to Descendants. But So that's my
everything
wild
has been
theory.
Related by Nets so far.
I know. I mean, look at
why would there not be a separate?
The term. I mean, I don't know if you'll bring it up later.
Yeah. With Carmen.
When she says the phrase that is.
Yeah, they said it before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they've
said it before. They said it at the beginning of the camp, I think.
Oh no, she's talking about the what is it?
Stay alert, stay alive.
Yeah, stay
alert, stay alive.
No,
they said it already.
It was in Descendants. That's what he's saying. That it was said in Descendants.
I know, but it was also said earlier in Scout's Honor.
Yeah.
It's been said already. Mm-hmm. So we know that's a phrase that's used.
Mm-hmm.
So there's at least that connection.
Right. So, and then I thought about, I had to go back. How about the age? I mean, I can see, how old do you think is Franklin?
Roughly around 10, 11.
Yeah, maybe 12, and then 18, so 30. Do you think that's far from Vincent's age?
Middle age?
Yeah, I can see Vincent being around that age, right? Maybe late 20s, but not super early 20s. I don't think he's the same age as Nick.
No, he should be.
No,
he's roughly
older.
Nick's only Nick's 18, isn't he?
Yeah, Nick is just 18. So
I think because I think he is a pre-infected.
He could be 8 or 9 too. I mean.
Oh yeah, he could be.
If he's just starting into Scouts.
Oh, you're right. He is pre-infected because he talked to Nick about the snow and all that. Like, this is the first time you've seen snow, so he has seen. He was pre-infected. Vincent.
Wait,
was.
who? What? Huh?
Vincent was pre-infected.
He was alive before the infected.
Yeah,
you mean?
Yeah.
He was a pre-infected kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's another part of that small theory, because it's not concrete yet, but I'm putting my pin on that. That Franklin might be Vincent.
Can we ask for confirmation if it's connected?
Oh, right. I know. Casey, is he connected?
Well,
yeah.
Can we get that comment? A yay or a nay?
Yeah. You can see a smiley face.
Yeah. He's not going to respond to that because he's going to enjoy sitting there listening to all of our theories.
That's what he said too when I told him that. Thank you for not being predictable. He said, "No, I actually enjoyed where you guys your brain is going with." That's what he said.
Yeah.
I love it. That's just my thought. don't shoot me. And I hope if you do, you shoot like Blaine. Now, Carmen caught a big fish because she was saying, "Come here, little fishy." No, actually, big fish. I want big fish because I'm hungry.
Oh, this one looks like a shiny little fish.
Whoa, just be careful. Those little hooks can totally get stuck in your skin.
Ew.
Yeah, and you can't pull them back out because of the barbs. My dad once had to go to the ER to get one pulled out of his thumb.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was really gross. Try using a clinch knot on it, or a fisherman's knot.
A what?
Here, I'll show you. So you gotta make a loop, and then wrap it around a bunch of times. Then back out the top. Easy.
Wow, you're good at that.
Thanks.
Come on, little fishies. Or, I mean, big ones, because I want a big one.
They saw someone coming through the path.
Yeah, this is where I got shocked.
Yep. Pan back to the group, and Ruby flustered because they're planning how are they gonna do things and what they're gonna do, and then I think it was Blaine.
We could... No, that won't work.
We could try to get Ruby's boyfriend to help us.
Who? Franklin? He's not. I mean, we're not, but just... What?
I was actually talking about the bison. He's still hanging around over there by the trail's edge.
Oh, shock. Right.
But, since we're on the topic of Frankie...
I don't know why I said that.
Ruby's gone red.
I have not.
What do you see in him? It's all that candy, isn't it?
Oh.
So how about your boyfriend?
Yeah, Blaine said that.
And then Ruby said, "Oh wait, what? What?
Franklin? No, it's nothing.
What? Yeah.
Isn't that the second time they've been referred to that?
Yeah.
Is this the second time?
I think so.
Wait.
I think somebody said that.
Oh yeah, it was
time.
Carmen. Yeah, who's your boyfriend?
Carmen said it before.
Yeah. On the very first episode, as soon when they landed out of the ferry. And then, I'm sorry, I skipped the part where Franklin is asking about Ruby.
Oh yeah, about
Carmen.
Ruby. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I know. I knew that was coming. So, can you tell me something about her? He was trying. Hey, our boy's trying.
He wasn't being subtle about it. He was really obvious.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You gotta pay me with your candies. Yeah. So they saw something in the path, and then that thing that they saw was none other than Pierce shooing Jack.
There it is! Shoot it!
What the hell is that now? Get away from me, you damn buffalo!
Wait, that's not one of them.
No, it's worse.
You've got to be kidding me.
Shoo! Get away from me!
This is a good thing. We're not getting attacked.
Yet.
What do you mean? Do you know him?
Unfortunately, yes.
He's our venture master. Or was.
Pierce? At least he's not infected. He can't be that bad.
I mean it. Get away, you big, ugly beast!
Did he just call Jacques ugly? Okay, maybe he's a jerk, but we should probably help him, right?
No.
Now, I know you guys already expressed this a little bit, but how'd you guys feel about Pierce coming back?
I was livid. Like I said, when I first heard that part, hearing Pierce's voice, I said it out loud at home while the kids are sleeping. He's alive? I shouted. I was like, why? I want him. He's so annoying.
I was just disappointed. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, this dude.
Yeah. How about you, Ace?
I mean, like I said, I wasn't surprised at all. It's sooner than I expected, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised at all by it.
Right.
I was annoyed by it, just hearing him talk. I'm like, oh my gosh, nothing changed in the last 24 hours.
I wasn't really annoyed when I heard his voice, but as soon as he keeps talking and all the lines that he's saying, bro, it was...
The way he's talking to Jacques is hilarious.
I know.
Like, it's a bison, dude. He's just standing there. Like,
this is one of my favorite lines when he's shooing Jock. I don't even know. Jacques. Yeah, when he's shooing him.
The son.
We should probably help him. Blaine and Zach, No.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, feelings mutual, boys.
Yeah.
Feelings mutual.
No.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Pierce going. We find out now that Pierce is going to the airport and decided to stay with them, bro. His whole demeanor, right? It's still like definitely this venture master went on his head. Like he's still acting as a venture master. All of this authority, he thinks he still has it, and all of this still matters. It was awful. I hated this,
especially when he snatched
the
the gun
only
away.
one, right?
He's like, I never gave you approval to use that.
Like I was thinking, like, does role matter at this point, or is it just something to grab on as something to have an excuse?
He keeps doing it for so long because later I don't know if it's right here or later on. He's like, watch your tone with me.
Yeah.
Like it's like, no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We saved you, buddy.
What are you gonna do?
What's funny is
me?
they call him out in
Report
that
me.
too when he's like, yeah, I guess I'll go with you guys, you know, to keep you safe. And they're like, we're
How
escorting
convenient.
you.
Yeah, I know. How
Like-
convenient, right?
In my mind, I was like, when he said like I would feel responsible if something happened to you, like trying to use that as his like reasoning for him going with them or whatever, and him like not being alone. I was like, what about everybody else that died at camp? Shouldn't you feel responsible for them? What about Joe?
Yeah.
Like
Lucas.
who died protecting people? Like, shouldn't you feel responsible for them?
Lucas.
Like
Or your girlfriend Valerie.
For real.
the one
He
the
threw
one
her under the
you
bus.
got killed.
Yeah.
Specifically, you got killed.
And he never mentioned it again. You know, he never said anything about Valerie.
Were they a
Situationship.
Situationship.
Yeah, I
I
think
know-
that's
I know,
beyond
situationship,
situationship.
yeah.
I think that's beyond situationship.
No. For that one, he said girlfriend even.
yeah, babe.
Question. I'm not going to backtrack a little bit. You know, what's her name? Carmen. Carmen mentioned she has 5 or a sister of 5.
Four.
Four sisters.
Oh, 4 sisters. So there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Did Lisa mention that she had sisters?
No,
Or is she
I don't
the only
think
child?
Lisa never really talked about
Yeah.
family outside of
Her dad, right?
Her dad.
and
yeah.
Grant.
Dad.
Her dad, Grant.
Grant.
She
Grant
just
is,
said that they were the only 2 left.
Grant is the last
Oh, that
name.
makes sense. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
her
Lisa
dad.
Grant.
Well, Grant's
Yeah.
last name, you're right.
Yeah.
Because
She goes-
she doesn't mention her last name either, so I'm wondering. I wonder if
it's a sibling. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought. I wonder if
It just
no
dawned on me
one
right now.
directly
Yeah, but
is...
don't you think her dad would have taught her how to fish?
Maybe.
Fair. Oh, that's right, because Lisa learned how to fish by her dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
and then she said, "My dad loves sitting on the TV."
Yep, that's
how
right.
we get along. So
Yeah,
there's no way that's-
connection
Yeah,
there.
there's
That's
no
right.
connection there.
Still, though, the
Lisa
fact
was
that-
kind of raised with like kind of a tomboy mentality.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then he decided to stay with them. He kept saying Venture Master and find out that the Scorpions were following them or following him.
Shit.
You were being chased.
You ass! You led them right to us!
I thought I'd lost them.
Oh no, here they come!
The scorpions. They were shrieking and growling as they barreled down the hill. Taking up the rear was Chase, still holding the flag. Once again, he didn't charge like the rest. He just stood there, watched the advance, then disappeared into the brush. Did he know his brother was with us? Did he even remember his brother at all?
What do we do? What happened to the great almighty Venture Master here to protect us?
Yeah.
But funny, he
Yeah.
thought he had lost him by now.
Yeah.
For someone who
Meaning
is highly
he's
decorated.
like, oh, you like openly knew this was happening and then decided to not tell us.
Right.
Thanks.
And then here's another Carmen pun. You are being chased.
I think that was an unintentional one.
So you were being chased.
Yeah. So in this thing, right? He already encountered them because he said, "Oh, I thought I got away,"
Yeah.
but he didn't see Chase this whole time. When he encountered the Scorpions, he never saw Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think he's had very much experience with them up until this point.
yeah. I think he just saw him in the distance, or them getting stuck in the with the hiker.
Yeah, he saw them at camp, and then, with when he encountered the Scorpions.
Yeah.
'Cause he's too stupid to survive much more than that, in my
Right?
opinion.
There's nothing in him, bro. My gosh, there's nothing. He said that Chase was smart enough to know. Do you think Chase is smart enough to know that that's his brother?
Oh, I believe it.
So he hid so he won't see him.
So
no, I think it's tactical.
I think it's two-part. I think he did it because Chase is kind of himself a coward.
Yeah.
To where he's like, I'm gonna attack when I know I'll win. Kind of like Ink. He's like, I'll attack when I know I'll win.
Yeah.
So he got out of the frontline fight, and he's like, I'm gonna get them when their guard is at its lowest.
Right.
Yeah. Also believing like maybe they didn't see me.
Yeah.
Like Pierce didn't. And they're all like, I swear I did see him, but maybe kind of thing.
Yeah.
Lowering their guard.
Huh.
I think it's purely tactical.
Yeah. That scene with Chase on the other side of the riverbank, doesn't that remind you of Ink when Saul's car would topple over, and then they saw someone standing in the on the roof? That was Ink.
Yeah.
That whole scene is like just like that.
It's very ominous.
Yeah, it's scary too. Because I can only imagine Chase holding the flag and then giving them a bad look.
I always imagine him holding it like
really
hands out like that.
Oh, I can see him like holding it like this, and then you can see the flag waving.
I say that's how I see it.
I actually never imagined it being on a flagpole.
Oh, it is in the flagpole.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember. I didn't know that. I just imagined it being like the
folded flag,
either folded or just draped.
No,
I think they talk about it being in the wind at one point. So whether it's on a pole or not, like it's out. Like whether he's just like holding it up like with one or two hands, or it's on the pole. I definitely thought pole.
Yeah, it would be on the pole.
I mean,
now I just had an image in my head of Up. Little kid from Up. The flag sticking out his backpack.
And then they mentioned that Chase was there and he hid, but Pierce was in denial. He said that's not Chase. I know Chase. He's just like me. He's smart and he can do this. He's strong.
And I think he didn't even see the flag carrier. I don't think he saw the flag at all. So he's just like, there was nobody else there. Stop trying to say that.
Right.
You're crazy.
Yeah, he said that you guys are just imagining things or delusional or out of shock. It's like, no, based on the reaction, they're not out of shock. They're like still thinking, with all these things. And then they plan out, they did what they were planning to do, which to drop them into this the cliff where the cacti and the devil's breath are in there. How did you guys picture this played out?
So go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I'm like, this is probably only like a 5-foot drop of the cliff.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's more of like a downhill kind of thing. Like if you think of like the sand dunes at Silver Lake or something like that. Like something that it's like it's steep. It's a steep down
yeah, that's what Zach said. It's a steep
incline. But it's not like a flat drop off cliff.
Right.
But then there is like a spot that's a little bit more sturdy. That's a little correction, maybe not sturdy, but more level, which is where they're trying to take, like pocket themselves to where they can make sure they're on more flat ground. So that way, if anyone has like that chance to slip, they have the flat ground to recover.
Yeah.
And that part's only probably a couple feet long. And that's, obviously a couple feet below the peak that they're trying to lead them to.
Gotcha.
So, they're running at maybe a small uphills, running up that, and they'll jump behind like 2 feet over what that ledge is into that steep decline onto that little ledge. Yeah. Everybody else misses that ledge, not knowing it's there off to the left.
Right.
So they're like, they run up, over, but because they went down and to the left, not just down, and they couldn't see the to the left part, they couldn't react in time.
I always pictured it as, being like an inlet inside the cliff kind of thing. Like so underneath the ridge. So
there's like a rock or a piece of land, and then they jump underneath it.
Yeah.
That's
kind of how I pictured it. And then and then when the infected ran, they just kind of went straight over, and tumbled over them almost like inside of a waterfall.
But Zach's plan, and that's the reason why he waited, because he wants to make sure that once they jump and hide, it's the same time they jump over them. Because when Franklin said they're
It's
almost
right before, yeah.
Franklin said they're almost on top of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, waited, not yet, not
And
yet.
they even say that some of them caught on.
Yeah, yeah.
But they just couldn't react in time because of the waterfall effect.
Yep. Yeah. Because you're right. Because some of them are like realize, well, there's a danger, but nope, it's too late. And then they fell in there. And then they were start talking about those people that's in there, and then he said John was in there. It's like, yep, Casey's right. There's no plot armor there.
Wait, he was?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. John's. What did Zach say? John's sarcastic behavior or something like that, because he's talking about like the twins and then John and things like that while they were stuck
Just
in
going
the
through the list of everybody.
Yeah.
Huh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, yep, you're right. He probably got in trouble last week. Like you're turning.
Right, you're done. You're not just turning. You're gonna die.
Right.
You're done, kid.
And then out of all of these, right? Let me ask you guys this: where do you put Pierce as your top hated villain in We're Alive universe?
Oh, he's a low on that top, but
really,
he's just annoying because there's other worse, better villains there.
I put him, dude.
Villains are just characters that you don't like.
I guess we can go with that. Characters,
because he's not a villain.
Yeah. Characters that you don't like.
Oh, then he's on the top of the list.
Really?
He's on the top.
He's in my top 5 for sure.
Definitely my top 5.
Yeah.
Like
I'm trying to think of
Kelly.
if there's anyone. Yeah.
Kelly, right? Like before Thomas' death.
Yeah, like earlier Kelly. I put him like just above that
She would
because it's
definitely
like
be annoying.
it's like really annoying, obnoxious, whatever. But it's not like it's not a bad character. It's just an obnoxious one where you're like, I can't stand you.
Other than annoying phase Kelly, I can't think of anyone else that I really dislike as much as him.
Shoot.
He's just a pompous prick.
Gold Rush Gloria is annoying.
Yeah, yes, but there's reasoning behind it.
Yeah, because even Boar is annoying.
Boar's just sadistic.
Yeah,
I would say I never took Boar as annoying.
No,
just like
I find
she was
annoying.
pure villain.
She's a straight up villain, and so it fits her character.
Yeah.
Pierce is just a jerk.
Yeah, and then you can also say the guy who ratted out Lizzie. That's another. Who tried to rape Lizzie?
Tardust.
That just pissed us off.
Oh my lord, that was up there for sure.
That wasn't a hated character. That was just wanted to strangle the guy in general.
Yeah, that guy's annoying. that guy's definitely annoying. I don't even put. I mean, Ink is it's not a horrible villain, but he's a horrible person, infected, but he's not up there.
One that's annoying, maybe not in my top 5, but he was also annoying. Colonel from
from Fort
Kemet.
Irwin.
Kemet. Yeah.
Kemet.
Yeah. And now it's like Hogs is in there too,
Yeah.
It's trying to take away CJ's position. CJ was annoying too.
I didn't mind. I like CJ.
Like at first when she was taking Michael's position, because I like Michael, and now it makes sense. Right. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, you deserve to be up there. You deserve to take his spot. And then Bert during the end of first season when he's like, screw this, I'm leaving. Ugh, I hated that character. Yeah. But definitely Pierce. Holy smokes, this guy. And this definitely played out horribly.
How messed up would it be if we get to the end and Pierce is the only one who lives?
Oh gosh. Oh,
be so salty. I ain't even gonna lie. I'd be so salty.
I thought about that. I was like, this is horrible.
Right?
Is there anyone with a similar name?
Yeah. And then because Pierce's reaction, first thing that he said, well, at least they are dealt with. What? That is the first thing he said. At least they are dealt with. And of course, he'd fire back later on. You know what happened? He fired back.
Oh man, I feel like it's lockdown all over again.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't feel right leaving them like that.
Me either.
It would be more humane to put them out of their misery.
We can't shoot them all and waste the bullets.
I don't think I could even do that.
Me either.
Maybe there's another way. The devil's breath.
Yeah?
There was a lot of it down there, too.
Remember? If you burn it, the smoke can kill you in a matter of minutes.
That would be much more humane.
like a mercy killing.
What do you think, Blaine? It's your call.
Why are you asking me? I'm not the leader. Ask Carmen or Pierce.
Blaine, come on. You were the troop leader until Chase took the flag.
And you'll always be my captain.
One bad call does not a bad leader make.
I don't know.
Well, why don't we vote on it?
Now, do you guys think that they know that killing them with devil's breath would work?
No, I think it's an assumption.
It's an assumption?
Yes.
Because knowing like it
was taught to them that it's deadly.
In pop culture references, right? We know that killing a infected or a zombie is blowing up their head, the brain, right? That's a pop culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we only know this through Casey telling us that the infected in here is just like kind of like humans. They get hungry. They get same feeling as human beings. So this is a cop. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Maybe the outbreak is happening.
No, in this episode, it made me just really realize and affirm that these infected are alive. They're just infected. Yeah. Just like
so he said, sorry,
they're not
listening
dead.
to the emergency vehicles going by. You said that Casey confirmed what?
Confirmed that the infected are just like humans per se. Yeah. They get hungry. They get tired, and there's still the same characteristics as human being compared to the popular belief that they're undead. Like,
okay.
Okay. They live forever unless you blow up their head. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense as the undead because they're actually dead. No cells are still alive.
Yeah.
It's just that brain instinct of eat or blown away. But these guys are still flowing with blood and animal-like as they compared them to. So I think infected makes sense because they're more alive.
Does that mean they reproduce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Casey said. We have one episode about infected having sex. I actually asked Casey that if they get horny.
I remember that.
Yeah, we talked in the sentence because of all the types of infected that came out.
Yeah,
I was curious. I mean, I assumed that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you think you said that they have no idea? It's all of that is just assumption that they might.
I think it's assumption.
But you took scouts, right? Or yeah. Don't they teach you what is and what isn't and what's wrong and what's right?
I'm talking about like the infected. Like it will kill human being, but they like how they know that it will work on the infected.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Pretty sure we didn't go over that, the infected part.
Right. That's not part of the training at the Scouts.
That makes sense. Zombie preparation was not a part of Scouts when I took it. It might be now. I don't know. Yeah. There's an Eagle Clad or Eagle Scout and then Zombie Scout.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And then here comes Pierce, right? Because Carmen said, I caught the fish and I would grab it. And Pierce said, oh, I'm starving. And then she showed the fish. And then he said, this guy has an audacity to say, I'll make sure you guys get a badge. What?
Like, does this kid still count? The Scout still count?
The fact that he still tried talking crap under his breath after that too. He's like, not that it matters.
Right. I know. It's like, what? Oh, it's so annoying.
We about to scrap, man.
Yeah. Now before they try to go to bed, right? But none of them really taking a rest really well because of the noise. They hear their friends growling and yelling and things like that. Yeah. Now before they put their friends down, Zach or was it Zach or Franklin asked Blaine to say a word.
Zach asked Blaine.
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah. And then, go ahead.
So one thing I might have. I don't think we brought it up. The fact that they said that they were voting on
yes
taking them out.
Yep, taking them out. Yeah.
Because I thought that was, it was kind of a twofold thing because they said that they're going to vote on it, but really they just wanted Blaine to make the call.
Yeah,
multiple of them asked him to, didn't they?
Well, they're
like,
not,
Blaine, you're the leader.
They're not voting on taking them out. They're voting on using the devil's breath.
Well, it was kind of both because they were voting to use that to take them out.
Yeah.
Because it was either they were going to use that to take them out or they were just going to walk away and leave them.
No, because I think they all, like, majority of them agree that we have to take him out because it will be better for them instead of.
So you
instead
thought
of being there.
that they were trying to figure out a method of taking them out?
But they
Or
didn't
using-
come
no,
up
'cause-
with any other methods because they said we can't use the gun.
Yeah,
All they
Blaine-
said is like we
Blaine
can't,
said
use,
we
the
can't
gun.
use the gun.
Just saying, we need a samurai sword.
So they didn't. They didn't.
The
There
Walking
was
Dead.
no second alternative like way to take them out. They just said, "Do we want to use this to take them out, or are we leaving them?"
Yeah, my thought.
to suffer here.
No, because in my understanding is so they already decided that they're gonna take him out because that's the more humane thing to do. Now someone suggested the devil's breath. And Pierce said, well, how about the smoke? It could kill us too. And now they try to decide if they're going to use the devil's breath or not. That's how I understood
I feel like if they decided not to use the devil's breath, they would have tried to figure something else out. But they decided to do it.
Yeah.
And so
and you might be
they
right.
might have. It's just it would have been very hard for them to come up with anything without them going
And-
down into the trap
Right.
Yeah, because it's a very steep,
or using the gun, which that's
You throw
they
a rock
were
at 'em.
they were immediately ready,
that's
right, saying like we can't use the gun, we can't use the ammo and make the sound.
no, they'll use the bison. Bison.
that just made me think of something else that we skipped over earlier.
What is it?
I'm still waiting. I'm curious how we're gonna work in the fireworks.
Oh yeah,
I'm waiting for that. I'm
Yeah,
super,
it's gonna
'cause
happen.
They've
It's
brought it
gonna
up
happen
times for it to
so
not be
many
something so
times.
major.
Yo, what if it's like a signal that they're gonna use for
help?
For help.
See, they could use it like that. I think they're gonna use it offensively though,
Yeah,
like
they're gonna use
as
it
a way
as-
to like take something out.
Yeah,
Depends
they'll collect devil's breath in one area and then shoot it with a firework.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it might be something like that. I think it's gonna start a big fire.
Yeah.
or
I
something
think a
along
signal
those
might
lines.
be likely also though.
Ryan started the fire. Okay, so this
That was random.
yeah.
Do we see
Pierce-
fireworks in OG at all?
No,
Okay.
because not even on the 4th of July celebration, right? No fireworks.
Right.
Yeah, no fireworks. Yeah. And then Pierce said that I'll make sure you guys get a badge for that. Now, before putting their friends down, Zach said a quote.
You ready?
I think someone should say something before, you know.
Blaine, it should be you.
I can't.
Blaine, come on.
No, okay?
Fine. I'll do it. What can I say? They were the best. The best friends, the best scouts. They didn't deserve this fate. The whole thing is just so unfair, but I guess that's life. I can't remember who said it. It was something like, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. I think we can all agree it was an adventure, all right. Venture Scouts ho. Scorpions, scorpions. Sting, sting, sting. Scorpions, scorpions, sting, sting, sting. Scorpions, scorpions, sting, sting, sting.
Life is a daring adventure or nothing. This is a quote from Helen Keller. She said this. There's nothing really connected to We're Alive. I mean, Helen. We know who Helen Keller is. But that was it. Zach just forgot who it was. Now I imagine this, right? Because the way they did it, they burned some of the devil's breath, right? Not all of them. They just burned some of the devil's breath, and then the girls poured the water, and then the smoke going downhill. Now I can imagine, right? I imagine someone survived the bottom of the hill. He survives, like, yes, I didn't get killed by the infected. Next thing you know, smoke.
Bad luck. Bad luck. Bad luck.
It's like, yes, I survived.
bad day.
I know they didn't bite me, and then dead.
Bad way to go.
Yeah. Now,
Chase, oh man, no, not you. Chase, it's me, Pierce, your brother. You know me, please, you can fight this.
No, he can't.
Shut up! Yes, he can, damn it! Chase, hey, look at me, man. You're not, I'm your brother, Chase, okay?
He doesn't recognize you, Pierce. He can't.
He's just a thing now. It's a new world, them or us. Remember?
Oh, Chase, stop. Please stop.
What do we do? What can we do? Run?
We have to do something.
We can take him.
He's on my foot!
Ruby, we got you. We've got you.
Are you okay? Did you scratch or anything?
No, just got my boot. I stayed shattered.
Pierce, you have the gun. Use it.
No. Shit. Come on, Chase.
You have to.
I can't. He's my brother.
That's not him anymore. Do it.
While they're leaving, they got attacked and ambushed by Chase. Pierce struggling to accept and finish Chase. This scene reminds me of Last of Us. The two brothers in Last of Us. The little brother turn.
It's the game. You heard of the game?
But there's also
I know
a show.
the game in the TV show. I know. I
Yeah.
watched a few episodes on the TV show, but I never got into the game or anything.
Yeah.
I see.
This reminds me of that scene when.
I know what one you're talking about from the game.
Yeah.
That's a good point because he's literally like it was the older brother that was okay still.
Yeah, and it was the
so
little brother.
he's like, you guys go. I'm gonna stay here with them.
Right.
And then as they're walking away, bang.
Yeah, and he shot him.
Have you seen the show?
No,
A couple episodes.
Oh, okay.
A couple episodes.
Now I know which brothers you're talking about. I have to think about it.
Yeah, it's the brother because Ellie stayed with the little brother, and then in the morning when she woke up, the little brother became zombie.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
right.
and then he shot him. He literally shot him.
That's
so
wild.
yeah, that scene reminded me of that. And then after he shot him in the face, he dropped. Pierce just walked away.
Yeah.
That was. I
That
mean,
was hard.
I would have done the same thing. Like, yep.
I liked how much of like a wrestle there was in that moment though.
Yeah.
Because this in this moment is where I was like, okay, so for what I was thinking earlier, it's down to two things. One, he's not gonna be able to do it, and he's gonna get bit here, and it's gonna be a huge traumatic moment.
Yep. Yeah.
And he might be like a slow turner or something like that, getting through the next episode or so, or he's gonna, because also at this time I looked at how much time was left in the episode.
Yeah.
Or he's going to actually take the shot and take him out.
Yeah.
And so the one that I expected less was he actually took the shot, and I was like, holy crap, he actually did it.
Yeah, I actually can imagine. But I mean, then again, they already done it. I don't think they will do it again. I can imagine someone else grabbing the rifle from Pierce and shooting Chase.
Right.
That's how I imagine.
That's what I actually thought was going to happen.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it will be Pierce taking the shot.
Yeah, and this episode, agreeing with him, I asked myself, it's like, man, if I was in Pierce's shoes, I would do this. I'll be in that wrestling moment, thinking there's still hope.
Yeah. Would you shoot me?
I was gonna say that because I asked him that very question. He says, "Bro, I love you. You about to turn? I'll take you out." Yeah. It was a quick answer for you. I was like, "You don't have a moment of remorse or a moment of?"
Well, because I thought about it. Yeah,
well,
already.
And, here's the thing: is like even with a moment of remorse or whatever, it wouldn't. It might not stop you from doing it immediately because you're like, it's not gonna make it less hard.
Oh
to
yeah,
do.
absolutely.
And it's not gonna make. It's more that in the moment you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Boom, it's done. Cool, like it's done. Like now I gotta go forward. But then it's like the settling afterwards. Where you're like, holy crap, I really had to do that.
No,
just so we're clear, from my standpoint, y'all dead.
Yeah. So this is why I answered that question real quick. Because here, if you turn to a zombie, I'm dead, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna feel bad about it later.
You at the end. Listen. Now, if I turn to a zombie, you can subdue me and maybe tie me down and something like that. But if you turn to a zombie and I can't. It's either we're both dead or you're dead.
Sense. The sizes are different, so I'll probably overpower.
Or maybe you won't. You may be part bison. I'm just
Dead.
And then we
bison.
I just hope if I do turn, I just hope if I did turn, I'll be that so good infected that you talk about.
Oh, Fredo. You Fredo, bro.
Fredo.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind being Fredo.
Now, before we end this, is there anything else that you guys want to say? I have a little bit of, not a monologue, but something about this whole episode. Because we ended with Franklin's monologue, right? This writing.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are you gonna say something about that? Because I don't have my note.
No. That's fine. You can say about it. This is more like what I'm gonna say. Is like the summary, not the summary, but about the whole episode.
I say, do you have like exactly what he said?
No, I don't.
I do have something to add.
Okay.
Because it was a quick moment, but I'm thinking, because in the pressure she said no, but later on she's gonna hold. It's like the two brothers.
Yeah.
I think Ruby got bit.
Oh, her boot?
Yeah.
You think so? Either bit or scratched.
And it's gonna slowly turn going up. It's a slower process from the foot though.
Interesting. Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I hate you.
I know, that's what I thought. I was like, man, I think Ace is gonna be right about someone's gonna die. I was like, oh man,
you're right.
Because
now with the foreshadow of what she said, of course we're gonna get through this.
Let it be Pierce.
I hope
Pierce dies.
However, honestly, because of how much everyone hates Pierce,
yeah.
I feel like he's gonna be one of the last to die. I think he's gonna die, but I think it's gonna be like a super heroic moment. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was like
it's gonna be like such a big redeeming moment.
Yeah.
I'm slightly skeptical that he's the one who's gonna live.
Oh. Me too.
Well, like I said, he's either gonna live or it's gonna be like toward the end he's gonna have a huge moment. It's gonna be like a Fredo dying moment where it's a big hero play.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah,
he's gonna go down.
We
like
never
Joe.
disliked Fredo.
Well, I didn't.
I didn't realize Fredo was alive.
I just think he's gonna have that kind of impact.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kind of impact.
Yeah.
Right. So what were you saying about Franklin's monologue?
I just didn't know if you were gonna say something about it because it was such like a major moment, like having
one.
that like
from before and after.
Yeah, it's that wrap up. It's the wow, like over the last 24 hours, like the jokester the jokester leader is defeated and doesn't know what to do.
Yeah,
right.
The
Pierce.
camp or
if I remember how he described,
master,
he said about Pierce being highly decorated, but now
no, Blaine. That was Blaine.
No, Blaine. No, he said Blaine being the leader that he was looking at, losing his bearing, and then Pierce being highly decorated. You know how he described himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
because his decorations was everything to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's lost in everything.
Yep.
So it's like that breakdown was just like whoa.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say those two things in what I'm gonna say right now.
Blaine, the once self-proclaimed captain of camp, had lost his bearing and was now our broken leader. Pierce, one of the highest decorated scouts, the former venture master, and Golden Talon winner, was powerless, forced to kill his own brother. No matter what you did before this, or how tough you thought you were, it didn't matter. This world would change you, and you'd never be the same again. What was happening to us? And what would we have to deal with next?
So I purposely did not say the title of this episode in the beginning. It's not because I forgot, but I purposely didn't do it because the title of this episode is Sting, Sting, Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard this in the latter part of Zach's monologue speech when he said about, scorpions, sting, 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 and then they followed it through. So what if this title episode, it's a call out or a foreshadow of the rest of this episode? First, of course, are the scorpions. That's a given, right? It's the sting, sting, sting. It's the scorpion. Second is the cacti and the devil's breath getting sting because it's prickly. Third is we saw the comeback of another character named Pierce. Sting, Pierce, right? And lastly, Blaine being broken leader and the sting of killing your friends and your brother.
That was 4, though.
Yeah. Oh, did I say 3?
Yeah, you said 3.
Oh
Yeah. So ignore the Pierce one.
Yeah. Hey, the Pierce is
You
good.
just wanted to add the Pierce.
It's not a dad joke.
No, but I do see that. And actually, that reminded me of one thing that we like passed over, which isn't super important, but
it's all important.
Talking about how the way that they found out that they were getting flanked the very first time they got attacked by the scorpions was that Chase was standing at the edge of the water holding the flag up like a scorpion about to sting.
Yep, I have that in here. Yeah. Yeah, it's
and that's how they realized. They're like, why is he still like so like ready, like something's gonna happen? It's an ambush. Like it's a trap. It's not done yet. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. And even when they plan out that whole thing with the scorpions, Pierce said that's how you take out a sting, and then Carmen cut him off. So that last part, a part of what Franklin said, the last is Blaine being broken leader, and the sting of killing your friends and your brother, and the sting of the reality they live now. That's what Franklin said. The sting of not the sting. He didn't say the sting, but the reality of what they are now. Because he even said previously that those kids, in his note, he's saying to his mom, those kids has moms, and now
that's right.
Have moms like I have you.
Yeah, like I have you. Now this sting can also be the hook getting pricked or stung when he was teaching Carmen how to fish. He says be careful with the hook because my dad got hooked and he had to go to surgery. That might be another thing with the sting. And Franklin also said that Chase acts like a scorpion sting ready to attack, and sting of making the wrong decision like Blaine. So that title of sting can be a call out of the whole episode.
It's like so many different things. Yeah.
But that last part in Franklin's monologue, man, that was heavy.
Powerful.
Yeah, that was heavy.
It also sounds like he still hasn't considered the fact that it's happening everywhere.
Yes, all of them. It's not just him, because even with, you can say the same thing with Pierce. Of course, he's super overpowered, right? He thinks he has all these powers still, but I think they feel like it's only happening in the island. It's only happening in the island.
Yeah, I felt the same way too. I was like, why haven't they thought about it being spread anywhere else?
Right. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I really think they're in denial with it.
Yeah, I think so too. Because when Zach said, "Oh, they're in Avalon, it's gated community, so they're safe." You know what I mean? And Avalon is outside, isn't? I think that's outside of the island.
It's miles away.
Oh wait.
No, it's on the island.
Avalon's on the island.
Yeah, it's on the island. So
it's just a gated community.
Yeah, it's a gated. So that monologue is heavy. It's really powerful, and this makes you like Franklin more. And he's being critical. Not like I said earlier, his critical thinking is not analyzing like Zach, but he is thinking about all of these things as we go through. Yeah.
So I'm curious if I'm assuming the next episode we get to Avalon.
Yeah.
Because it's about a day away.
Yeah, it's 20 miles.
19 miles, and they traveled a few miles to get to the campsite.
3.5.
And so they're a day away.
Yeah.
But I'm curious if that's where Delilah is.
Yo, you're right.
We believe they're gonna meet her.
We believe it, and so I'm curious if that's gonna happen.
Wait,
in the next
hold on.
episode.
I don't think she will be in Avalon.
Why?
Because if you think about where Curtis come from and the timeline, that would be too quick. Where they met up with Curtis and the girls, because Curtis just left when he was recording. Got attacked by the hiker because he just left the hotel. Got attacked by the hiker.
We don't know how long ago he left or where he started the hike.
But
I was gonna say it never really said exactly.
Yeah, but that'd be way too far.
20 miles.
Yeah,
on a trail?
He will be a very slow turner if that's the case.
Who's to say he could have been hiking? He also could have driven a car to a hiking point.
Yeah,
there's no saying that he left to hike directly from the hotel. Most people don't leave their hotel hiking.
Yeah,
they drive to a place and then start hiking from there.
Right.
And so,
is there cars in there, like personal cars?
Probably.
In the island?
It's a pretty big island.
I feel like that would be like a Mackinac Island that's not connected to the mainland.
I don't know.
No, There should be cars on the island,
or at least bikes or something like that. But I get your point.
But I'm assuming that he drove in 20 miles. I mean, the thing is, it's 20 miles by trail too. So I'm wondering if it's
a lot more closer on the road.
Yeah, if it's more direct on the road. But even 20 miles in a car is 15 minutes.
Yeah. No,
Sorry, I drive really quick. That's a half hour.
Yeah. In an island, you're driving that fast? Yeah. So is that your next episode prediction?
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they encounter Delilah and she's not turned.
Yeah.
So that would be a cool interaction because they need some good news. And
There's no more. Pierce
was not good.
There's no more named characters
other than Delilah.
Than Delilah and maybe Joe. But other than that,
I thought they just said that Joe was in the.
No. I'm talking about like we eventually meet, or we potentially meet again.
Didn't you guys say that Joe was in the
cabin?
No, somewhere. I don't remember.
No, he was the one that. We assume he's turned.
Or turned or dead.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, Ace said he's dead. Yeah.
Like, I could see a reason to bring him back, like for some big character development moment, but I think he's gone. Like, I think there is no.
That could be something for Blaine.
It'd be something big for Blaine and for Pierce.
Yeah. Oh, Pierce. Yeah. You don't think so?
I hate him. So no.
What if Joe's the one who killed Pierce? Dude, that would be
because he was a good zombie.
Yeah.
Jay would literally just be like, "I knew I liked this."
Yes. Joe to the rescue.
Yeah, exactly.
My moment.
Yeah. How about you, Ace? I almost called you Pierce. I'm so sorry. How about you, Ace? What's your prediction for the next episode? Any thought?
I think they're gonna find. Zach's family.
Yep. Turned?
I think they're going to be turned.
Okay.
I think they're going to find out that gated community is turned.
Yes, I believe that too.
I mean, it'd be more miraculous not to see that at this point. But I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see I think we might end up running into a couple more of the
Scouts?
Scorpions.
Oh, you don't think all of them turned?
No, I actually think they might find a couple of the Scorpions. I would like to at least see them.
Regular.
I'd like to see them alive.
Yeah, regular.
A couple of the just random ones that were named in the drifting process, like while they were drifting from. Oh, I met this person and this person. There were a lot of names that I.
Is there a chance the twins are alive?
No, the twins are mentioned.
They are okay.
Yeah,
they were mentioned to turn. I think.
Yeah.
I think they got attacked like beginning even.
Yeah. No, they were with the trail.
Oh, they were with the trail.
Yeah. They were with Chase. So, how about you, Wakka? Any prediction? Any theory?
No, I'm just excited.
I'm excited to see
next.
that.
I know. I'm with you though. Seeing Zach's parents turned, and maybe not the director. I think the director's gone. I think that dude is gone because they talked about that in the first episode. They talked about all of the directors are in Avalon, and that's a few miles away. That's what they're saying. But also. That's where I don't know if you guys heard when Joe was overhearing the conversation from those girls in the first or second episode, the attack started in Avalon. The news started in Avalon.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a big fight there.
I'm wondering why Zach didn't piece that together if he heard the news.
I don't think he heard it because it was just Pierce. I thought you said Zach. Did you say Zach?
He did say Zach.
Oh no, it was Pierce. It was Pierce because it was Joe telling Pierce, like we have to evacuate. Something's happening, and then Pierce said,
"It's while they were walking up." Yeah, so they probably didn't even think twice about it.
And then Pierce said, "That's 20 miles away. You don't have to worry about that."
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Which is interesting. So Pierce heard that it was from Avalon. And the kids just mentioned that they're going to Avalon, didn't they?
Yeah.
But we already know Pierce isn't too bright.
Yeah.
Probably
he talked about his camouflage and stealth abilities, and then immediately is like, I thought I shook him.
Yeah. You know what's hilarious too? Because the stealthy or camouflagey thing that only mentioned in this episode is the bison's poop.
The scat.
Which is him. He is a poop.
It is.
All right. Yeah, that was good.
What's funny that is Venture Master, he doesn't know how to act around a bison.
Yeah.
He's going to throw a rock at it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Any animal that's literally 10 times your size, don't throw a rock at.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Even Ruby said, he will attack you if you throw that rock.
Even a regular cow, you wouldn't throw a rock at because they could easily trample you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, he has nothing. The dude has nothing, and he was just standing there. You're like crazy. Like he's lost. What are we doing here? Why are we just standing here? Like
right.
Like he's lost. He has nothing.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. See, I'm not the only one. I'm infecting you guys. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening to this podcast. We appreciate you guys, and we hope we see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, son.
Bye, son.